Imagine thinking you are just playing a high-stakes VR game, only to realize the girl whose hand you are holding is about to become a permanent stain on the pavement.
Suwa is literally dangling over the abyss, looking at our boy Woo Hyun like she is about to drop the most depressing apology in history. She finally admits she cannot hold on anymore.
She really spent the last few minutes gaslighting herself into thinking the pain was just a glitch in the system and that they would be logging out for dinner soon.
Spoiler alert, there is no log out button in this hellscape. With a final plea for him to survive, she slips away.
Woo Hyun is left screaming into the void, finally forced to accept that his cozy gamer life is officially over.
This is not a simulation, it is a cold, hard, and very bloody reality.
The trauma hits him like a truck.
He is strapped down, crying blood, and realizing that every sensation of agony he felt was 100% real.
Welcome to the New World Order, where your HP bar actually represents your life. But how did we get here? Before everything went south, there was a game called Reverse Planet.
It was the #1 virtual reality masterpiece worldwide, promising players dimensional gates and supernatural powers. Basically, every Isekai fan's wet dream. Everyone was obsessed with the invasion wars and the flashy combat.
It looked like a total blast until you realized the developers were basically playing God with people's souls.
Our protagonist, being the typical relatable guy, just followed a friend's recommendation. Never trust your friends when they tell you a game is to die for, because in Woo Hyun's case, he literally did. The login process was a one-way ticket to a nightmare factory. Boom. He wakes up, and he is no longer Woo Hyun. He is just test subject number 62. These psycho-scientists in gas masks are actually congratulating him for surviving torture. They are calling it Project Transcendence, which is just a fancy name for, let's see how many people we can kill today.
The researchers are so detached they talk about burning corpses like they are taking out the trash.
But they messed up by leaving number 62 alive. You can see the pure, unadulterated revenge simmering in his eyes. He is done playing the victim. If this is his reality now, he is going to make sure everyone else regrets it. He makes a vow to survive and take revenge that is so edgy it could cut glass. The hunt is officially on. Finally, chaos breaks out. The sirens are blaring and the test subjects are making a run for it. They are sprinting down these metallic hallways like their lives depend on it, because, well, they actually do. Freedom is just a few meters away.
They think they are home free until they hit a massive roadblock.
A giant, armored guard who looks like he eats protein shakes for breakfast and orphans for lunch is standing right in their path. This red-haired psycho starts mocking them, calling them pathetic for crawling this far just to die. He is the ultimate gatekeeper, and he is not interested in letting anyone pass through his exit. The situation is looking grim. Realizing they are outmatched, the other subjects decide to pull a classic power of friendship sacrifice. They tell Woo Hyun to fall back and cover the rear while they throw their lives away to buy him a few seconds. It is a total massacre. The guard unleashes a devastating attack that turns his friends into past tense in a matter of seconds.
As they lie there dying, they use their last breaths to beg Woo Hyun to avenge them.
No pressure, right?
The guard is enjoying the slaughter way too much.
But Woo Hyun isn't the same weakling who logged in years ago. He survives the encounter and manages to disappear into the shadows of this broken world. Fast forward 3 years, and Woo Hyun has had a major glow-up. He has transformed into a relentless hunter, spending every waking moment killing his way up the food chain.
He is fulfilling the dying wishes of his friends, one throat slit at a time.
But the revenge feels totally hollow. Even as he stacks bodies, the voices of his dead friends are living rent-free in his head. They are screaming about how unfair it is and demanding more blood.
He is basically a puppet for ghosts at this point.
The mental toll is insane.
These dark, swirling manifestations of his trauma are constantly reminding him of his failures.
He is wondering if he is going to be a mindless killing machine until the day he finally drops dead. He has spent years in this cycle of violence. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years.
The time just blurs together when you are covered in the blood of your enemies.
He is exhausted, broken, and searching for an exit that doesn't exist. Every guard he kills is just another drop in the ocean. He is fast, he is lethal, and he is absolutely miserable. He has become the very monster the lab wanted to create, and he hates every second of it. He is tearing through the facility like a whirlwind of death.
The guards are terrified, but no matter how many he takes down, it doesn't bring Suwa or the others back.
The revenge is a never-ending loop of misery.
Just when he is about to give up on his sanity, a system window pops up.
It is a special mission titled Bug Fix.
The task? Eliminate the big boss, the head of Project Transcendence himself. Now that is a target worth hitting. He stares at the screen with those dead, tired eyes.
The system is finally offering him something real.
Not just more blood, but a way out of this nightmare.
The reward is the ultimate prize, a chance to return to his original world.
The hope he thought was dead suddenly flares up.
He finally has a clear path to escape this digital hell and go back to being a normal human.
Blood is dripping everywhere, and the general manager of Project Transcendence is currently having a mental breakdown. This bozo is shaking like a leaf while staring at his own creation, wondering why his test subject is going rogue instead of enjoying the glory.
Meet Baek Woo-hyun, also known as Test Subject Number 62. He is an absolute unit who achieved transcendence in a mortal body, and he is officially done taking orders from this corporate clown. The manager starts begging for his life like a true professional coward, offering Woo-hyun wealth, power, and status. It is the classic villain script. Please do not kill me. I have money. But our boy Woo-hyun is not buying what this simp is selling. When the bribery fails, the manager switches to threats, screaming about how the League of Enterprises will hunt down Woo-hyun's family. Big mistake. Woo-hyun silences him mid-sentence with a brutal strike that paints the room red.
A system window pops up announcing that the special mission Bug Fix is complete.
Finally, after 10 years of literal hell, the game offers him the ultimate reward, a one-way ticket back to the real world. But it is never that easy, is it? The ghosts of his fallen comrades start screaming in his head, begging him to stay and finish the job.
They want blood and vengeance, but Woo-hyun is exhausted and sick of the endless slaughter.
Woo-hyun whispers a quiet apology to the dead and slams that yes button. He is choosing peace over revenge, leaving the nightmare behind to finally go home. Talk about a dramatic exit. He jolts awake in his own bed, gasping for air. It is the same day he was dragged into the game, May 19th, 2041.
For a second, he thinks the last decade was just a really messed up fever dream.
He checks the mirror, and his legendary muscles and battle scars are completely gone. He looks like a regular civilian again, but the memories of the violence are still burned into his brain. Even without the physical scars, he knows those 10 years were real. The weight of every kill and every death is still crushing his soul, making him realize that you can leave the game, but the game never leaves you. Suddenly, his phone starts buzzing with a call from Young Nayeon.
She is the best friend who convinced him to play Reverse Planet in the first place. Woo-hyun freezes, wondering if she was actually the one who set the trap. He stares at her photo on his phone, his mind racing with suspicion. Is she a secret agent or just a regular girl? He decides to meet her, but he is going in with his guard all the way up. When he sees her at the restaurant, she is her usual bubbly self in a pink hat.
Nayeon invites him to drink, but Woo-hyun passes. He knows that if he loses control for even a second, his killer instincts might turn this barbecue joint into a crime scene.
She asks if he finished the tutorial, and he grimly tells her he only watched the intro. She laughs it off, having no clue that the intro was a 10-year deathmatch that nearly broke his mind.
It turns out she just wanted him to help her gaming stream because he was a high ranker.
His suspicion fades into pure weariness.
She is not a mastermind, she is just a clout chaser who accidentally sent him to hell.
Later, he looks up the game developers and finds their HQ in Silicon Valley.
He considers going there to demand answers, but realizes he would just look like a lunatic ranting about a dream world.
He tries to settle back into school life, but reality is starting to glitch. As he walks through the campus, the faces of his dead friends start appearing over the students. The trauma is literally haunting him. The ghosts are everywhere now, whispering that he does not belong here and demanding that he kill them all.
His peaceful life is crumbling before he even got a chance to enjoy it.
When a classmate tries to touch his shoulder, Woo-hyun's combat reflexes kick in instantly.
He nearly snaps the poor guy's arm off before realizing where he is.
Everyone is staring at him like he is a psycho, and honestly, they are not wrong. He is shaking, realizing that he brought the war back home with him. He is a predator trying to live in a world of prey, and the ghosts under his skin are never going to let him rest. Sitting alone on a bench, the spirits of the dead surround him once again.
They are crying out for vengeance, reminding him that the villains who tortured him for a decade are still out there living their best lives. Nayeon checks on him, but he just gives her a fake smile. He finally understands that this world is no different from the other one as long as his enemies are breathing.
He brought these ghosts back, and only he can lay them to rest. He heads back home and stares at his gaming pod. It is time to stop running. If the ghosts want revenge, he is going to give them the most harrowing massacre the world has ever seen. Woo-hyun climbs back into the machine with a cold resolve. His eyes glow with that signature superhuman light as he prepares to dive back into the hellscape. The superhuman is back, and this time, he is not stopping until everyone is dead. Imagine surviving a literal hellscape for 10 years only to wake up in a video game lobby. Our boy Woo-hyun wanted a war zone, but the universe gave him a digital waiting room. He is confused as hell, but since he cannot find the exit, he decides to dive into the tutorial just to find a way back to the real slaughter.
The system tries to offer him waifu-tier customization, but Woo-hyun is not here for the aesthetics.
He skips the glow-up and goes straight for the settings.
When the game asks for his combat correction level, he scoffs and cranks it down to 0%.
No training wheels for this absolute unit.
The game starts yapping about builds and elements like it is a math exam, but Woo-hyun treats the manual like trash.
He knows true power comes from the desperate will to survive, not some professional builder's spreadsheet. He picks his core ability and prepares to show this simulation what a real predator looks like.
Welcome to the lab, where test subjects are treated like disposable napkins. The researchers think they are in control, but they have no idea they just let a wolf into the sheep pen.
Woo-hyun stands there in his patient gown, looking more like a serial killer than a victim. First test, a mechanical monstrosity called the Edinal. This thing is a literal killing machine designed to mulch anyone who goes berserk. It has already turned countless subjects into red paste, and now it is locking eyes with our protagonist.
Most players would be crying for their moms right now.
The tutorial quest is simple: destroy the machine or die.
While other subjects are getting their spines snapped like dry twigs, Woo-hyun just watches.
He sees this high-tech nightmare as a cheap knockoff of the actual monsters he used to eat for breakfast. The Edinal charges in for the kill, thinking it is about to add another body to the pile. But Woo-hyun's eyes lock on with a terrifying glow. He is not just dodging, he is analyzing the scrap metal's every move. This is not a game to him, it is a Tuesday. Look at those movements.
Without a single point of combat correction, he is dancing around a machine that moves at light speed.
The researchers watching through the cameras are probably choking on their coffee.
He is treating a top-tier killing machine like a broken toaster. Woo-hyun decides he is done playing with his food.
He launches a counterattack so violent the system can barely register the frames.
He obliterates the Edinal with zero help from the game mechanics, turning the facility's pride and joy into a very expensive pile of junk.
The test ends, and the system is basically in shock.
It calls him amazing, but the celebration is cut short when the facility goes into full meltdown.
Alarms are blaring, and a new mission pops up: escape the research facility.
It is time for a jailbreak, and Woo-hyun is the one holding the keys. A mysterious voice broadcasts a message telling the victims to run for their lives. Woo-hyun does not panic. He moves with the tactical precision of a ghost. He treats the digital corridors like a real war zone, proving that even in a simulation, his survival instincts are top tier. Chaos is the best time for looting. Our boy finds a dead agent and immediately strips him of a walkie-talkie.
While others are looking for health potions, he is looking for intel.
He is playing 4D chess while the rest of the world is playing checkers.
He stumbles upon a dying guard who thinks he is helping a poor victim.
The guy offers him a choice of weapons, and Woo-hyun looks at the armory like a kid in a candy store.
He takes the gear and the radio, leaving the dying man behind without a second thought.
Cold-blooded.
With a chained scythe in hand, Woo-hyun looks absolutely demonic.
He knows this is just a story progression step, but he feels a deep disgust for the researchers playing God.
He is ready to tear this whole digital world apart just to find his way back home. Switch perspectives to our local e-girl, Kong Soil.
She is a professional streamer and a total indie game hipster who thinks she is too cool for mainstream games. But her viewers are absolute menaces and forced her to play Reverse Planet as a punishment for failing a previous challenge. Her chat starts baited her with a massive donation mission.
The condition? Clear the tutorial with zero combat correction. Soil, blinded by the money, arrogantly accepts.
She thinks her gamer skill will carry her through.
Oh, you poor, sweet, delusional child.
She boasts about her indie game training while setting her correction to 0. Her viewers are laughing because they know the stats. The percentage of players who clear this without help is literally 0. Soil is about to learn that this game does not care about her streaming career.
Disaster strikes immediately.
The Eternal ambushes her and turns her into a floor mat in less than 2 minutes. She spawns back in tears, trembling and ready to quit. She decides to stop fighting and just try to sneak out during the escape mission to save what little pride she has left.
The game starts party matching, and the chat is roasting her because the system only pairs you with people using the same settings.
Since nobody is dumb enough to play with 0 correction, she expects to be alone.
But then, the system pings success.
There is another psycho in the building.
Soil tries to cancel the match in a panic, but it is too late.
She is teleported directly into the hallway where Woo-hyun has been working. She is terrified, thinking she is about to meet another player, but instead, she finds herself in a graveyard of smoking robots. She sees the wreckage and her jaw hits the floor. Her chat is losing their minds because even pros cannot clear this without correction. She sees Woo-hyun standing there, covered in blood and looking like a final boss.
She genuinely thinks he is a monster and starts cowing in fear.
Realizing he is her party member, she cautiously approaches. Woo-hyun is just standing there with a bloody knife, radiating an aura of pure death. Soil tries to introduce herself, but our protagonist gives her the ultimate cold shoulder. He is not here to make friends, he is here to finish the mission. She tries to explain she is streaming, but Woo-hyun is already walking away.
He stops for a second, making her think he is angry, but he is just sensing the environment.
Soil is basically a level 1 mob following a god of war, and she is praying she does not get caught in the crossfire.
She begs to follow him since they are in the same party, hoping for a hard carry.
Woo-hyun barely acknowledges her existence, his eyes fixed on the path ahead. He is a silent protagonist in a world full of noise, and Soil is just along for the ride of her life.
Suddenly, a squad of armed guards ambushes them with orders to kill on sight. Soil screams like a typical horror movie victim, expecting a face full of lead. But Woo-hyun moves before the guards can even pull their triggers.
It is about to get very messy in here.
The scythe comes out, and it is a symphony of violence. Woo-hyun is flipping through the air, dodging bullets like they are in slow motion.
He is using a chained weapon with such impossible precision that the viewers watching the stream think the game is glitching.
He slaughters the entire squad in seconds, painting the walls red.
Soil is frozen in shock, and her chat is exploding with question marks. How can a human move like that without system assistance?
They start debating what secret ability he could possibly be using to break the game this hard. One viewer finally figures it out. The glowing white eyes and insane physical buffs only come from one core power, absolute being.
The chat is stunned because everyone knows that ability is considered absolute trash.
But looking at the pile of bodies Woo-hyun just made, it is clear that in his hands, it is the power of a god.
The online community is absolutely savage about this skill, calling it complete trash and warning everyone to delete their character if they accidentally pick it.
Who in their right mind would fight in a magic world with just their fists?
But our main man Woo-hyun is built different. While everyone else is busy min-maxing their spells, he is going all in on physical stats. He is only level 1, but he is about to show these keyboard warriors why raw power is king. Look at this absolute unit moving through the tutorial like a ghost.
He is dodging chains and painting the walls with blood without pressing a single skill button.
The guards have no idea they are locked in here with a monster.
He is not just fighting, he is venting. With his eyes glowing a piercing white, he is a literal engine of destruction. Even after all this carnage, he internally grumbles that he has not been violent enough to satisfy his thirst for revenge. A guard tries to pull a sneaky ambush, but Woo-hyun reacts with inhuman speed, saving the streamer girl Soil from a permanent logout.
He is basically her guardian angel, if angels were covered in the blood of their enemies.
Soil lands the final shot and her chat immediately erupts with kill-stealer accusations.
She is shaking like a leaf, terrified that this silent psycho is going to turn his scythe on her next for stealing his glory. Instead of a beatdown, she gets a smile. Woo-hyun validates her help, and suddenly every simp in the live chat is swooning.
He has got that dark and mysterious riz that makes the viewers go absolutely feral.
She begs to tag along because she knows she is toast without a carry.
He introduces himself as Baek Woo-hyun, a name that is about to become a nightmare for every top-ranked player on the server. She finally gathers the courage to ask if he really picked the trash absolute being skill.
When he says yes, the chat loses its collective mind.
Dodging bullets with zero system assistance?
This man is a literal cheat code.
He suddenly stops and claims there are enemies 20 meters ahead.
Soil is skeptical because he has zero detection skills, but then the mobs show up exactly where he predicted.
It is like he is reading the source code in real time. How is he doing this?
He casually drops that he was a ranker in an old game called Colosseum.
This is not just a flex. It means his combat instincts are hard-coded into his DNA from years of pro-level slaughter.
The viewers realize he is in the same league as Battler, the current top pro gamer.
Suddenly, the trash skill does not matter when the person using it has the reflexes of a literal god.
He is the definition of a hidden boss. They reach the end of the line and meet the lab security chief.
This red-haired clown starts trash-talking, promising to send Woo-hyun to join his dead comrades.
Huge mistake. You do not poke a sleeping dragon with trauma. The mention of his fallen friends triggers something primal. The voices of the dead start screaming for blood, and Woo-hyun is more than happy to oblige. The tutorial boss just signed his own death warrant in the most painful way possible.
The boss pops a particle barrier and the Iron Man skill, turning into a heavy metal juggernaut that cracks the floor just by standing there.
Soil tries to provide covering fire, but she is basically throwing pebbles at a tank.
It does not matter how much armor you have if you cannot hit your target. Woo-hyun is dancing around the boss like he is in a ballet of death, weaving through heavy strikes that would turn a normal player into a red smear. The beatdown is legendary. Woo-hyun shreds through the boss's high-level defenses with nothing but raw violence.
The boss is crying and begging for mercy, but Woo-hyun is only listening to the ghosts demanding an execution.
Tutorial mission complete.
The boss is a pile of scrap and Woo-hyun gets a level up. Soil is hyped and ready for the main quest, but our carry is exhausted.
The memories of the past are heavier than any boss fight.
Soil tries to secure the bag by offering him a paid spot on her stream. She knows he is a goldmine for views, but Woo-hyun shuts her down. He is not here for the fame or the money, he is here for a much darker purpose.
He accepts her friend request just to be polite before she logs out, leaving him alone in the golden sunset of the lobby.
But the silence is deafening, and something feels very, very wrong with the world he is supposed to go back to.
The twist hits hard, he is not being transported back to the other side. While he stands there confused, a massive storm is brewing on the forums.
A viral thread just dropped accusing Baek Woo-hyun of being a hacker, and the hunt is officially on. Imagine being a game dev and waking up to find your entire office in a meltdown because one player decided to break the laws of physics. The Planet Earth headquarters is currently a disaster zone because a single player is making their security chief look like a total amateur. The employees are re-watching the clip like it is a horror movie.
No buffs, no stat corrections, and zero weapons, yet this guy crushed a high-level boss barehanded.
The online community is already screaming hacks, and honestly, can you even blame them? The analysts are sweating bullets while checking the logs from the literal moment the character was created.
There is zero evidence of tampering, but the way this guy moves is like a transparent ghost. It is a level of precision that makes every other pro look like a toddler with a keyboard. The team is stuck between two choices, either this guy is a literal god, or he is using a hack so advanced it does not even exist yet.
Since they cannot find a glitch, they decide it is time to intervene directly before the entire player base quits out of pure jealousy. While the devs are panicking, the community has started a viral no-modification challenge, and the results are hilarious. Everyone is failing miserably trying to copy our MC, proving that you cannot just simulate being a total monster.
We cut to a cafe where Naeon is dropping the bombshell on Woo-hyun.
He really thought wearing a mask during the stream would protect his identity, but our boy is a special kind of genius who accidentally leaked his real name.
Simp behavior or just a massive oversight? You decide.
Naeon points out that even without the name slip, his combat style is way too unique to hide.
The game company has officially reached out through a streamer to verify his gameplay.
Woo-hyun is confused, but he realizes this is his golden ticket.
This investigation is not just a headache, it is a rare chance to talk to the developers directly.
Woo-hyun is hoping to find some high-ranking officials who actually know the secrets of the other world that trapped him in the first place.
He agrees to the verification, but Nayeon warns him that internet detectives are no joke. These netizens have analyzed his habits down to the way he taps his foot before using telekinesis. Talk about being obsessed. These guys need a hobby that does not involve frame-by-frame analysis.
Woo-hyun finds the obsession unsettling, but the stakes are higher than his ego.
If he stays silent, the streamer Kong Soil is going to get targeted by a massive witch hunt for harboring a cheater. Our MC might be edgy, but he is not about to let an innocent girl take the fall.
He sends the message accepting the proposal, and Soil is already seeing her viewer count projections hit the moon.
This is not just a verification. It is going to be a legendary event that flips the entire gaming world upside down. 4 days later, the big day finally arrives.
Woo-hyun meets Soil before the broadcast, and she is surprisingly chill.
She admits she never believed the hack rumors because she saw the look in his eyes, the look of a deranged killer who does not need a program to win. The stream goes live and instantly explodes to 10,000 viewers. The chat is a literal war zone filled with toxic keyboard warriors chanting for the hacker to be banned. They are all tuned in just to see him get humiliated live on air.
Soil tries to play mediator, but the crowd is bloodthirsty.
When they ask Woo-hyun for his thoughts, he just calls the entire controversy ridiculous. Naturally, this makes the chat even more triggered because our MC has zero chill.
To settle the debate once and for all, Soil introduces a special guest. Park Jumyeon, the operations team manager, steps out with an official GM tag.
The trolls go silent real fast when they realize the company is actually taking this seriously.
Woo-hyun acts polite, but internally he is sizing up the manager like a hunter. He is already planning to squeeze every bit of information about the game's dark secrets out of this guy once the test is over. They head into a private training room, a sterile digital space that Woo-hyun never saw during his years of survival. The manager summons a mid-tier Edinal bot, a mechanical beast that makes tutorial enemies look like stuffed toys. The manager tells them to start the match and kill each other, but he barely gets the words out before a thunderous crash echoes through the room. Woo-hyun did not just attack, he practically deleted the robot from existence in a single move.
As the smoke clears over the shattered wreckage, the system analysis completes its scan.
The manager is staring at his tablet in pure disbelief.
There is absolutely no external interference.
Baek Woo-hyun is just that guy, and the entire internet just got served a massive plate of humble pie. The realization hits the chat like a freight train. Every single person who called him a fraud is now watching him stand over the remains of a mid-tier bot like it was nothing.
The GM confirms it to the world. No hacks, just pure, terrifying skill.
Woo-hyun does not even care about the fame. He is just focused on the GM.
The test might be over, but for our MC, the real game of extracting the truth is just beginning.
The look in his eyes says it all. The devs are the ones who should be scared now. The stream count is still skyrocketing, but the silence in the training room is deafening. Our MC has officially become the most dangerous player in Reverse Planet history, and he did it without a single line of code. Soil is speechless, the GM is shaking, and the netizens are probably deleting their hate comments as we speak. Baek Woo-hyun just proved that in a world of modified simps, the Real King does not need a gun to rule.
The screen flashes with the final verdict, no hacks detected.
It is the ultimate flex.
Woo-hyun stands there, unbothered, while the entire world tries to process the fact that a human can actually be this broken.
The bot is scrap, the controversy is dead, and the legend of the bare-handed monster is born.
If you thought the game was intense before, just wait until you see what happens when the MC starts asking the real questions.
The chapter ends with the GM realizing he is not in control of this situation at all. Woo-hyun is not the one being tested. He is the one doing the hunting. Absolute cinema.
Imagine being so good at a game that the actual developers think you are a walking glitch.
Our boy Hyun just finished a match, and the system is screaming that there is zero external interference. No hacks, no mods, just pure, unadulterated skill that makes the pros look like toddlers.
But the administrators are still salty. They are skeptical as heck and demand one final, impossible test to see if he is using an autopilot program. They want him to fight exactly how they specify, because apparently, even a god-tier AI cannot replicate the specific brand of chaos Woo-hyun brings to the table. The task is simple but insane. Decapitate 3 intermediate training bots using only a chain sickle and specific movements. It is like asking someone to perform brain surgery with a lawnmower, but Woo Hyun does not even blink. He just grabs that chain like he is ready to harvest some souls.
The manager is sweating buckets watching this, realizing that this situation is completely disadvantageous for any normal player.
But Woo Hyun is not normal.
He is about to show these corporate suits why you should never question a man who has lived through a literal hellcape.
As the bots charge, the chain sickle starts moving like it has a mind of its own.
It is fluid, terrifying, and defies every single law of game logic you have ever known.
He is not just swinging a weapon. He is conducting a symphony of destruction that leaves the viewers questioning their own eyesight.
Heads start rolling faster than the chat can type.
The precision is so scary that it looks like the weapon is alive, dancing through the air to find the weakest point in the bot's armor.
This is not just manual control. It is a level of mastery that makes the term pro gamer sound like an insult. The chat is absolutely losing it.
They finally realize it is not the weapon that is broken, it is the man holding it.
They are calling him a monster, an anomaly, and basically the final boss of the server. Meanwhile, the admin is watching with a greedy, twisted curiosity, wanting to see just how far this kid can go. This admin is a total snake. Instead of just admitting defeat, he decides to push the boundaries and summons an advanced training bot. This is a unit that is considered impossible for a single player to handle, and the viewers are already calling him out for being toxic and unfair. Out comes the advanced bot, a later version of the legendary Edenal. It looks like a sleek, silver nightmare designed specifically to end careers.
The admin is smugly thinking that without system corrections, no human can even scratch this thing defense.
He is basically setting Woo Hyun up to fail. The tension is so thick you could cut it with one of those sickles. The viewers are screaming that the admin has crossed the line, but Woo Hyun just stares at the machine with those cold, golden eyes. He does not care about fairness. He only cares about winning. We get a glimpse into why this bot is so feared. In the past, it was a literal meat grinder that left piles of bodies in its wake. It is a smiling, mechanical demon that was never meant to be beaten in a fair fight. But today, the fight is anything but fair for the bot. The battle kicks off, and it is pure chaos.
For a split second, it looks like Woo Hyun is actually being pushed back.
The bot is fast, heavy, and its strikes are meant to be lethal. One mistake, and our boy is nothing but a red stain on the digital floor. But then, the tide turns instantly. Woo Hyun unleashes a storm of attacks that are so fast the game engine can barely keep up. He is dodging punches by millimeters and counterattacking with the force of a freight train. The invincible defense of the bot is starting to look like wet tissue paper.
He realizes that if he allows even one strike to land, it is game over.
So what does he do? He simply decides not to get hit. He is matching an advanced bot with just one core ability, proving that stats do not mean anything when you have the reflexes of a god. The bot body is on a whole different level of hardness, but Woo Hyun just keeps punching. He decides that if he cannot break it in one hit, he will just beat it up until the damage accumulates.
It is a relentless, brutal display of stamina and skill that has the admin shaking in his boots.
The viewers are speechless. They are watching a man overwhelm a machine that was designed to be unbeatable. The admin realizes that his precious bot is about to be turned into scrap metal and panics, canceling the simulation before Woo Hyun can deliver the final blow. The verdict is finally in. Woo Hyun is clean. The accusations of cheating evaporate faster than the bots he just destroyed.
The community is in awe, realizing they are witnessing a level of skill that transcends the game engine itself.
They have officially found their new king. The fans even coin a new term for him, Haxical, a player whose physical prowess is so insane it is indistinguishable from hacking.
Soil is absolutely basking in the success of the stream, knowing she just hit the jackpot with this living, breathing clip farm.
Once the cameras are off, Woo Hyun corners the operations manager.
He drops the bomb. Has there ever been a critical bug where a player was trapped inside this game for a long time?
You can see the tension in his eyes. He is searching for any scrap of evidence that his nightmare was real. Later, Nayeon pops up, all excited about his first stream. Woo Hyun admits he hated it, finding the need to entertain an audience while fighting to be a total nuisance. It dulled his combat senses, and in his world, a dull sense means a quick death.
She insists that PvP is a whole different beast and starts explaining the modes.
You have got Showdown for those sweet 1v1 or 2v2 duels, and Warfare for the team-based chaos. The prospect of fighting humans instead of monsters finally catches Woo Hyun interest.
Nayeon tries to recommend a beginner-friendly build, but Woo Hyun shuts that down real quick.
He already knows exactly what he needs.
He starts configuring his stats to recreate the superhuman build that made him a legend in the other world.
They spawn into the military base, a high-risk zone crawling with elite players and top-tier gear.
It is the last place a beginner should go, but for Wu Hyun, it is just a target-rich environment.
He lands in a corridor, looking completely unimpressed by the dangerous terrain. While Naeon is busy looting and worrying about their position, Wu Hyun is already on the move. He encounters a random player who probably thought he was getting an easy kill. Poor guy had no idea, he just ran into a literal war veteran in a gamer's body. Suddenly, the kill feed on the screen starts exploding. Before Naeon can even find a decent weapon, Wu Hyun's name is repeating over and over. He is wiping out entire squads in seconds, moving through the base like a ghost made of blades and bad intentions.
The notifications are coming in so fast it looks like a glitch.
Baek Woo-hyun eliminated Lucky Day. Baek Woo-hyun eliminated Ricefield. Baek Woo-hyun eliminated Chicken is Love.
He is a one-man army, and the elite players are being treated like tutorial mobs.
Naeon is standing there, frozen in absolute horror and shock. She wanted a good video, but she just realized she invited a shark into a goldfish pond.
The massacre has only just begun, and the rest of the server is about to find out why you never challenge a superhuman.
Imagine landing in a survival game, and the kill feed is just one guy's name on repeat.
Our boy Woo-hyun is out here deleting the entire lobby before they can even find a weapon, and the survivors are literally praying they aren't next.
While Naeon is busy having a midlife crisis over the kill feed, Woo-hyun is casually turning players into digital confetti. He is not just playing the game. He is the reason everyone else is uninstalling it right now.
After a casual 4-on-1 massacre where he treated a squad like training dummies, Woo-hyun decides it is time to move on.
He is disappointed because honestly, these players are too weak to even give him a proper workout.
Suddenly, the local damsel in distress, Naeon, starts screaming through the voice chat like she is in a horror movie.
She is trapped on a rooftop and surrounded by enemies, begging for a carry because she clearly cannot handle her own.
Woo-hyun checks the map and realizes she is 3 blocks away.
Most people would take a car, but our protagonist just decides to break the sound barrier on foot, while Naeon is busy hyperventilating. The enemy squad thinks they have an easy kill until they sense a literal demon closing in. They cannot even track his movements, asking if he is some kind of dexterity build freak while their lives flash before their eyes. One guy tries to get fancy with a fire ability, but Woo-hyun is already behind him. It is a total nothing personnel kid moment as he gets eliminated before he can even finish his sentence. This purple using simp really thinks his shout is going to do something. Woo-hyun just sighs and cuts through his special effects like they are made of cheap paper. The speed is so illegal that the last guy just screams in terror.
Woo-hyun is basically smithing in real life, and the system notifications for his kills are coming in faster than a spam bot.
He is just casually racking up the body count, while Naeon watches from the sidelines like a confused spectator.
At this point, the game should just hand him the trophy and let everyone else go home.
Woo-hyun reaches the building and tells Naeon to just stay put and not get in the way. He is entering the kill zone with the energy of a man doing his weekly grocery shopping. He counts the signatures. 4?
No, there are 5.
Even the guys hiding behind the doors for a cheap ambush are already dead. They just do not know it yet because our boy has already calculated their funeral. Some bottom-tier mob tries to sneak up with a machete, but Woo-hyun catches the blade with his bare hands.
Talk about a massive skill gap. The poor guy looks like he just saw a ghost.
A quick punch to the chest and another elimination for the books.
Woo-hyun is moving through this building like a professional janitor taking out the trash, and honestly, it is satisfying to watch.
The system is literally crying at this point, spamming elimination alerts for Good Kid and Baby Duck.
It is a massacre, and Woo-hyun is the one-man firing squad.
Naeon is standing there wondering when he even arrived.
He is so fast and quiet that she almost has a heart attack when she realizes he is standing right behind her after clearing the whole floor. Look at this girl.
She is holding a literal purple lightning chainsaw and still had the audacity to call for help. Woo-hyun is rightfully judging her life choices while she tries to look cute.
Naeon realizes she is sitting on a gold mine and begs him to wait 2 days before doing anything else.
She is cooking up a plan to turn this killing machine into a streaming superstar. Woo-hyun is just brooding because the PvP did not give him any clues about his past.
Meanwhile, The internet is losing its mind over his haxical persona, and streamer Soil is crying over the partner she lost.
Soil is hitting over 100,000 viewers just talking about him.
Naeon sees the numbers and her internal money eyes activate.
She stays up all night working on the most cursed PowerPoint ever.
Our boy is not interested in the fame, but Naeon is persistent.
She is exhausted, she is desperate, and she is ready to play her final card to get him in front of a camera.
What in the MS Paint hell is this?
Naeon presents her streamer project with a mascot that looks like a bootleg seal. Woohyun is visibly dying inside just looking at her laptop screen. She pitches a reality show format where he just plays the game while professionals do the talking.
It is the perfect setup for someone who has the social skills of a brick wall, but the hands of a god.
She promises a 60-40 profit split, but Woohyun is still a hard no. That is until she mentions the settlement from his previous stream with Soil.
A donation from Anonymous Viewer 62 asks how it feels to return to reality. The air gets cold because this psycho knows Woohyun's secret identity as Test Subject 62.
Woohyun realizes he is being watched by someone from there.
He asks if they can track the donor, but Naeon says the only way to talk to them is during a live stream. The hunter has become the bait. Woohyun agrees to the stream instantly, his eyes glowing with that someone is going to die energy.
The official notice drops, Haxical is going live, and the hunt for the mysterious observer begins.
It is a golden Friday evening, the sacred time where every basement-dwelling gamer across the country crawls out to witness greatness.
Thousands of viewers are flooding the chat rooms like a digital riot, all buzzing for one thing: the broadcast of the legendary, mysterious player known as Haxical. Inside the studio, we have our host Young Naeon, who is literally vibrating with nerves because of the massive scale of this event.
Luckily, she has got professional commentator Cha Sungchul by her side, acting all cool and reassuring her that everything is prepared.
Just look at him trying to be the main character.
The broadcast finally goes live, and Naeon hits the audience with that classic forced streamer smile.
Sungchul tries to introduce himself, but the chat is already having a collective meltdown. They do not care about the commentators. They want to know why the star of the show isn't physically in the studio. Naeon has to work overtime to calm the mob, revealing that our boy Woohyun is already plugged into the server. She introduces the Hack Tour concept, which is basically a reality show where we get to watch him destroy everything in real time while he stays hidden behind privacy mode.
The screen shifts to the game world, and the mission is simple: join the Otherworld Management Bureau. Woohyun reads the objective to escape the forest and regroup, but you can see it in his eyes. This forest is hitting him with some serious trauma from his past life.
Unlike the desperate escape he pulled 10 years ago when he was just a terrified kid, Woohyun is not planning on running this time. His eyes are cold, and he is making it very clear that in this simulation, he isn't the prey anymore. He is the monster in the woods. Most players would use stealth, but Woohyun has zero chill. He deliberately reveals his position, basically screaming, "Come and get it," to every guard in the area.
He wants them to jump him, and honestly, the sheer audacity of this man is why we are all here.
As the guards rush and thinking they caught a lucky break, Woohyun unleashes a brutal counterattack. He is not just playing. He is conducting a literal slaughter while the voices in his head are screaming for revenge. It is messy, it is violent, and it is absolutely peak fiction. Back in the studio, Cha Sungchul is actually speechless. He has spent his whole career watching pro players use strategy and tactics, but he has never seen someone just pull the entire map at once.
He finally realizes Woohyun isn't playing a game. He is carrying out an extermination.
The viewers are losing their minds in the chat because who needs a brain when you have overwhelming power? A massive donation pops up asking if his core ability, Absolute Being, is broken. I mean, look at him. It looks like he has no cooldowns and infinite violence.
Sungchul has to step in and school the chat, explaining that Absolute Being actually offers 0 active skills or buffs.
That terrifying gameplay?
That is all pure skill.
Our boy Woohyun is basically a superhuman in real life, and the game is just trying to keep up with him.
The chain weapon action is just disrespectful at this point.
He is swinging that thing around like he is decorating a room with the guard's regrets.
The animation is crisp, the blood is flowing, and the commentator is probably wondering if he should call the police or keep watching.
Just when the bodies are piling up, an armored squad led by Kim Chul shows up to stop the fun. They try to surround him like they actually stand a chance. Kim Chul is acting all tough, completely unaware that he is about to talk to a human natural disaster. Woohyun recognizes Kim Chul immediately. In the original timeline, this guy was a hardened team leader, and seeing him this young and naive in the simulation is giving Woohyun some serious flashbacks. It is a weird mix of nostalgia, and I could kill you in 3 seconds. Kim Chul sees the test subject uniform and the stolen walkie-talkie and completely miscalculates the situation.
He thinks Woohyun is just a helpless victim whose savior died during the escape.
He actually apologizes for being hostile and offers him protection. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a dagger.
Woohyun plays along and agrees to follow them, causing the system to announce the quest is complete.
As he enters the Bureau's headquarters, he levels up, but he is not celebrating.
His mind is drifting back to his dark days as a mercenary in that hellscape world.
We get a glimpse into his past where he took on every dirty job imaginable, assassinations, abductions, you name it, just to fund his revenge.
He used to clash with the Bureau all the time.
Sometimes they were allies hunting monsters, and other times they were at each other's throats.
The trip down memory lane is interrupted by the arrival of Lee Yujin, a top-tier beauty from the first team.
The chat immediately switches from bloodlust to simp mode, but Woohyun is not impressed.
He is watching her with the wary eyes of a veteran who knows better than to trust a pretty face.
Yujin lays out 2 choices for our protagonist. Option 1, live as a normal, boring civilian under their protection, but he can never use his powers again. Option 2, join the Bureau as an agent and step back into the line of fire. It is basically be a NPC or be the MC. The irony is weighing heavy on Woohyun. He literally killed an agent from this exact organization in the other world, and now they are inviting him to tea and asking him to be their ally.
He is staring at her like he is deciding whether to join them or just reset the simulation. The Bureau thinks they are offering him a lifeline, but they have no idea they are inviting a wolf into the sheepfold. The headquarters looks high-tech and fancy, but to Woohyun, it is just another battlefield waiting to happen. The atmosphere is getting tense, and the chat is holding its breath.
He thinks about the requests he used to take from that shadowy firm.
Subjugating monsters was just a Tuesday for him. The Bureau used to dump all the useless cleanup work on him, and now he is standing in their counseling room like he is some traumatized victim.
Every time he looks at these agents, he sees the blades they once pointed at him. The conflict between his past and this new simulation is reaching a breaking point.
You can tell he is struggling to keep that normal person mask on while his instincts are telling him to choose violence. Yujin is waiting for an answer, looking all professional and elegant.
The chat is still simping hard, calling her a top 3 beauty, but Woohyun is just calculating the risk.
If he joins, he is under their thumb. If he refuses, he is a prisoner in a gilded cage. The episode hits us with a massive cliffhanger as he weighs his options. Will he choose the peaceful life and hide his true nature, or will he embrace the violence he knows so well?
Either way, the Otherworld Management Bureau has no idea what they just let through their front door.
Woohyun clenches his hands, the memories of the agent he killed flashing in his mind. The screen cuts to black just as he is about to speak, leaving the entire chat, and us, screaming because you just can't cut off the stream right there.
Imagine being given a choice that determines if you are a legendary hero or just another corporate slave.
Our boy Woohyun looks at the civilian path and basically tells them to shove it.
He remembers how those greedy corporations in the other world treated mercenaries like disposable trash, and he is not about to walk that path of being a used-up tool ever again.
He decides to join the Bureau because, let's be real, the League of Enterprises is a bunch of amateur clowns. While the Bureau has history and actual expertise, those corporate buildings are just shiny traps for the gullible. Woohyun is playing chess while everyone else is playing tag, and he knows exactly which side has the real power.
Yujin processes his registration and hands him a corporate phone, but the real spicy part is when he requests to be on Team 1.
He claims he is indebted to her because she led the raid that saved the test subjects in the other timeline.
It is almost sweet if he was not such a cold-blooded monster in combat.
Then things get weird.
Yujin flashes a warm smile and says she is looking forward to working with him, and Woohyun is absolutely floored. This is not a bot following a script. She is responding naturally like a living, breathing person.
RMC realizes he is not just talking to code, but something much more dangerous.
The realization hits like a truck. She is a fully adaptive AI.
This kind of tech is supposed to be impossible because it eats resources like a black hole.
The hosts are losing their minds in the studio, wondering if the developers are actually wizards or if the game is just that broken.
News starts spreading faster than a celebrity scandal. Everyone is buzzing about this adaptive AI, and the community is convinced it is the ultimate Easter egg. Apparently, you have to be a special kind of insane to unlock this feature, and Woohyun fits the bill perfectly. The secret sauce? It is likely his 0% combat correction.
While every other player is using training wheels, Woo Hyun is riding a unicycle on a tightrope over a pit of fire.
Naeon is already counting the views, realizing this is going to be the biggest stream in history.
Naeon wraps up the story segment, but the real hype is just beginning.
They are switching gears to the PvP content, which is what the bloodthirsty chat has been waiting for.
But before he enters the arena, she whispers a warning about anonymous viewer 62.
Someone is watching him, and it is not a fan. Woohyun steps into the showdown preparation room, looking like he is ready to harvest souls. He is starting from the absolute bottom in the normal league, which is basically like putting a shark in a goldfish pond. The viewers are hyped, but they have no idea the slaughter that is about to happen.
A jackpot mission pops up, offering $500,000 if he can hit bronze rank in under 30 minutes with a 10-game winning streak.
The chat is full of haters calling it impossible, but they clearly do not know who they are dealing with. Woohyun just gives a cool gesture, basically saying, "Watch me." The first match drops him into a residential zone.
His opponent sees his weird weapon and assumes he is a total noob with a trash melee build.
This guy is literally laughing, thinking he just got a free win against an unranked scrub.
Oh, you poor, sweet summer child. The fight starts and it is already over. Woohyun does not even break a sweat as he obliterates the guy in the first round. The opponent is so traumatized he forfeits the second round immediately. 1 down, 9 more victims to go. The speed run is officially on. Next up is a player named Melon Bread, who gets toasted faster than breakfast. Woohyun is moving through these matches like a hot knife through butter.
He is not just winning, he is making these players question their entire existence.
The chat has gone from mocking him to stunned silence. Victory after victory piles up as the timer ticks down. It does not matter what build they bring or what tricks they try. Woohyun just dismantles them with mechanical precision. He is playing at a level that shouldn't even be possible for a human, and the hacker accusations are starting to fly in the chat.
In a record-breaking 20 minutes, he clears the 10th win and the system announces his promotion to bronze.
He just secured the jackpot while breaking every pro record in the book. The hosts are screaming, the chat is exploding, and Woohyun is just standing there like he just finished a light jog.
The analysis begins, and it is clear Woohyun is a freak of nature.
While normal players cry about counter builds, he just ignores the meta and wins through pure skill.
A viewer drops the prize money donation, admitting the guy is a total beast. But Naeon is starting to worry about the target on his back.
Her fears are realized instantly when the first ranked match starts.
They get the cemetery map, and a stream sniper appears right on cue. This guy is a total clown, taunting Woohyun and claiming he is going to expose the dirty hacker for the world to see. He is doing it for the clout, but he just bought a ticket to the morgue. The sniper charges in like a frantic idiot, screaming insults and swinging wildly. Woohyun just yawns, dodges the clumsy attack, and ends the first round with 1 decisive strike. He makes the challenger look like a toddler trying to fight a professional gladiator. It is honestly embarrassing to watch. But wait, the second round starts and the vibe completely shifts. The sniper is not laughing anymore. His movements become sharp, heavy, and disturbingly efficient. He starts acting like an Edinal, claiming he was just toying with Woohyun in the first round. The trash talker just got a serious power-up. Woohyun senses the change in the air. This guy is not just a random troll anymore. He is something else. Naeon previously told him to ignore the haters, but her new advice is much better. If someone calls you a hacker, you destroy them so thoroughly they never want to play again.
The sniper thinks he is the predator now, but he has no idea he just walked into a slaughterhouse.
Woohyun narrows his eyes, and his aura turns cold enough to freeze the cemetery. He is done playing games with this clown. He grips his blade, ready to show this sniper the true meaning of violence. The sniper lunges with his newfound speed, but Woohyun is already 3 steps ahead. The chat is losing its collective mind as the clash intensifies. This is not just a match anymore, it is a statement. Our MC is about to turn this cemetery into a permanent home for the sniper's ego. Every move the sniper makes is countered with brutal efficiency. The mechanical precision he bragged about is nothing compared to Woohyun's raw, uncorrected talent. The hacker is about to give a masterclass in pain, and the entire world is watching the stream in absolute awe.
The sniper's confidence is crumbling as he realizes he can't even touch the MC.
He is screaming about how it is impossible, but Woo-hyun just remains silent, a literal ghost in the machine.
The atmosphere is so thick you could cut it with a knife, and that is exactly what Woo-hyun is about to do.
The final exchange is coming up, and you can see the desperation in the sniper's eyes. He went from clout-chasing bully to a terrified victim in record time. Woo-hyun is not just winning the round. He is breaking the man's spirit in front of millions of viewers. Nayeon gives a wink to the camera, knowing exactly what is about to happen.
She told Woo-hyun to be thorough, and he always follows instructions when it involves crushing trash.
The sniper's mechanical tricks are useless against the sheer weight of Woo-hyun's intent.
Woo-hyun's eyes glow with a lethal light as he prepares the finishing blow. The sniper called him a monster, and he is about to prove him right.
This is not just PvP, this is a public execution, and the legend of Haxical is only just beginning.
Imagine trying to act like a tough guy when your opponent looks like he is about to die of boredom. This local sniper clown is literally trembling because his pathetic intimidation tactics are failing against Woo-hyun's dead-inside stare. The frustration is real as this guy launches a desperate attack, screaming like a toddler who lost his pacifier.
He is hitting a wall of pure skill that he cannot even begin to understand, and it is honestly embarrassing to watch.
In the spectator booth, Nayeon and the caster are starting to smell something fishy. Our MC has had a dozen chances to end this man's whole career, but he is choosing to let the fight drag on just to prolong the humiliation. It turns out Woo-hyun is a bit too good at following directions. Nayeon realizes with a shudder that he is taking her advice to thoroughly destroy the opponent way too literally, and the methodical cruelty is starting to freak everyone out. Enough playing with the food.
Woo-hyun finally decides to end the game by throwing the sniper's own trash talk right back in his face.
One crushing blow later and the arrogant challenger is silenced for good.
The system confirms the perfect 2-0 victory, but our boy is just getting started.
He is sitting there like a king while the loser is left contemplating his life choices on a literal tombstone.
Absolute savage energy. The momentum is officially unstoppable now.
Notifications are flooding the screen as Woo-hyun tears through every opponent in his path, securing 30 consecutive wins without breaking a single sweat.
Everyone is begging for his character build, and to Nayeon's surprise, our MC just casually agrees to leak his secrets.
He is so confident in his skill that he doesn't even care if people try to copy his homework.
As the stream wraps up, the community is already comparing him to the legend known as Battler.
They realize he is actually closing in on the world record of 76 wins, and the hype is reaching a fever pitch.
But wait, the plot thickens on the forums. A report result goes viral confirming that the sniper from the first match was actually using aim hacks during the second round. He was cheating and still got his cheeks clapped. The player base is losing it because Woo-hyun didn't just beat a rude player. He dismantled a literal hacker using nothing but his own human reflexes. This man is officially a living weapon and a total cheat code. Even the professional gamer battler is starting to pay attention now. You know you've made it when the world's best player is lurking in your threads with a spicy look in his eyes. The rivalry is already cooking. A few days later, the second stream kicks off with a bang.
We finally meet Lee Yujin, the legendary NPC agent who is so realistic she has the entire chat swooning.
This fully adaptive AI is definitely a best girl contender.
Woo-hyun gets assigned his first practical mission at an abandoned factory to clear out some nasty insect-type entities.
It sounds like a basic tutorial, but our MC knows better than to trust a low difficulty rating. Yujin explains how the greedy corporations just toss these zones aside once they've sucked out all the resources. It is a grim world, but Woo-hyun is more worried about the creepy spiders waiting for them inside. As they arrive at the site, Woo-hyun gets a massive hit of déjà vu.
He recognizes this factory from the other world, but his memories tell him this place should be a medium-sized death trap, not a low-level walk in the park. There is definitely a discrepancy here, and our boy is sensing a trap.
While he tries to figure out the mystery, a mocking voice interrupts them, and it belongs to a guy who is a walking red flag. Enter Choi Hyung-chul, a total tool from Jumshin Electronics. He approaches Yujin with dripping sarcasm and tries to poach Woo-hyun right on the spot, telling him to ditch the bureau for a real corporation. Yujin is not having it and warns the snake not to cross the line.
We find out this guy was her first trainee who sold his soul for a paycheck and now spends his time spreading fake rumors like a bitter ex. After the drama dies down, Woo-hyun and Yujin step into the portal to start the mission.
The viewers are loving the deep backstory, but they have no idea that the real danger is still standing right outside. As soon as the portal closes, Hyungchul drops the act and reveals a sinister grin.
He pulls out his phone to start the real work, and you just know he is about to sabotage everything to turn this mission into a massacre. 20 minutes later, the atmosphere inside the inverted world shifts from creepy to lethal.
The blood on the ground and the discarded candy are the first signs that this low-level hunt is actually a nightmare in disguise.
Woo-hyun stands over a fallen comrade with his eyes glowing, realizing the trap has finally sprung. The sabotage is complete, and now our MC has to survive a meat grinder that was designed to bury him alive.
Our MC really stepped through the gate thinking it was just another day at the office, but the vibes are already rancid. He realizes that entering this reverse planet feels exactly like sliding into the actual other world, which is basically a one-way ticket to Trauma Town.
Just when things were getting cozy, a spatial phenomenon decides to ruin everyone's life. Some external force slaps the path into oblivion, and the ground literally gives up. Woo-hyun gets separated from Lee Yujin faster than a red flag disappears after a first date. The portal is glitching out and Yujin is screaming his name like she is in a K-drama, but it is too late.
They are stuck in a dense, creepy forest where the local residents definitely do not want to offer them tea.
Woo-hyun sticks the landing like a pro and immediately realizes he is alone.
Instead of panicking like a normal human, he just checks his gear. He knows the path did not just collapse on its own. Someone definitely messed with the settings. Enter the bug squad.
A swarm of giant insectoid monsters rushes him, thinking they found a snack. Woo-hyun just stares at them with that dead-inside look, realizing this mission rating was a total scam.
This is not a small-scale zone. It is a full-blown death trap. Time for some pest control. Woo-hyun drops an echoing thunder strike that literally clears the screen. He is not even breaking a sweat while turning these oversized roaches into charcoal. If being OP was a crime, he would be serving a life sentence. He notes the scale of the danger and moves out, but we shift over to Lee Yujin, who is having a much worse day.
She is bleeding from her side, and it is not looking good. The girl is fighting for her life while our MC is playing Dynasty Warriors. And here is the snake of the hour, Choi Hyungchul.
This absolute fraud is looking down on Yujin with a sneer that screams, "I was bullied in middle school." He admits he is on a secret mission to take her out, proving that coworkers are truly your biggest enemies.
Hyungchul is out here acting like a top-tier villain, telling her not to hate him because he is just following orders.
Imagine being such a simp for your superiors that you try to murder a colleague. This guy is the definition of a walking owl.
Yujin realizes the wound is too deep for a fair fight.
She is leaking HP faster than a cracked pipe, but she is not going down without a fight.
She sees him charging up another lethal attack and knows she needs a miracle or a really good shield.
She activates her Guardian Stone skill, and the impact is so heavy it probably rattled her teeth.
It is a desperate move, but it buys her a second of life.
Hyungchul is tilted that his easy kill is actually putting up a struggle.
Yujin pulls a pro-gamer move and yeets herself into a hidden ravine to escape.
Hyungchul starts screaming like a toddler who lost his favorite toy, cursing his subordinates for being useless.
Bro, you are the one who let her jump. Down in the dark crevice, Yujin is clutching her side and wondering why her life turned into a betrayal thriller. She survived the fall, but she is trapped and bleeding out. Meanwhile, the search party is hunting her down like she is a rare mob.
Back to Woo-hyun, who is leaving a trail of monster corpses so long it is basically a highway. The chat is losing its mind, wondering how he is killing everything so fast.
They think he is breaking the physics engine, but he is just built different.
Woo-hyun stops because his spider sense is tingling. He hears a pained gasp in the distance and recognizes Yujin's voice. He moves through the trees like a ghost, ready to crash the party and ruin Hyungchul's entire career.
A massive centipede is about to turn Yujin into a snack, and she is too weak to even move.
The chat is spamming F in the comments, thinking this is the end of the female lead.
But they clearly forgot who the main character is. Woo-hyun teleports in and obliterates the bug in a single motion.
He catches the collapsing Yujin like a true gentleman, though he probably just wants to know why she is hogging all the aggro. She is in shock, but he is already calculating the medical bills. He takes one look at the gash on her waist and his eyes go cold.
This is not a monster bite. It is a clean, surgical cut from a skill.
He realizes instantly that there is a traitor in the midst and his name is Choi Hyungchul.
Yujin confirms the betrayal, explaining the ambush happened right after the collapse.
Up in the real world, the streamers are freaking out.
They think the AI is evolving into a hidden story route.
Little do they know, Woo Hyun is about to rewrite the script with blood.
Yujin tries to act tough and tells Woo Hyun to run because Hyungchul is a veteran. Girl, please. You are literally bleeding on the floor.
Woo Hyun just tells her to hide and do first aid while he handles the trash.
He has a plan, and it involves a lot of acting. Woo Hyun finds the search party near a creek and decides it is time for an Oscar-winning performance. He suppresses his aura until he looks like a scared rookie who just saw his first spider.
He is really out here baiting them with the damsel in distress act.
He stumbles into view, acting all flustered and confused, asking Hyungchul if he has seen Yujin. The chat is howling with laughter, calling him the goat of acting.
Hyungchul falls for it hook, line, and sinker, thinking he found a fresh victim.
Hyungchul walks up with his weapon drawn, looking like the ultimate clown. He tells Woo Hyun to go to sleep so he can meet his senior in the afterlife. Imagine being this confident while standing in front of a literal predator. The trap is set, and Hyungchul has no idea he just signed his own death warrant. Woo Hyun is just waiting for the perfect moment to drop the act and show this fraud what a real veteran looks like. See you in the next life, buddy.
This delusional veteran really thought he was the hunter, but he just signed his own death warrant.
The ambush is brutal, and suddenly the guy who was supposed to be a novice is wearing a terrifying smirk while our red-haired clown stumbles back, clutching a fresh wound.
Hyungchul is absolutely fuming that he underestimated his target.
He barks orders at his subordinate to patch up the bleeding guy while he goes on a solo mission to chase down the attacker, thinking he can actually catch someone this fast. Sprinting through the brush, this man is having a midlife crisis because he can't tell if he's chasing a ghost or a bird.
He is completely bewildered by the speed, but the real nightmare starts when he realizes the forest has gone deathly silent.
He circles back, and surprise.
His remaining subordinate has vanished without a single sound.
Imagine being an elite and getting played like a cheap fiddle in the dark. Now the predator is officially the prey, and he's starting to sweat. Rage finally replaces his fear when he sees Woo Hyun emerging from the shadows like a literal Grim Reaper. He recognizes the weapon in our boy's hand and loses the tiny bit of sanity he had left, screaming death threats like a typical mid-tier villain. He decides to spam his big brain moves, Earth Wave and Stone Horn, trying to crush Woo Hyun under a mountain of rocks.
It is cute that he thinks area of effect damage matters when his opponent is basically a cheat code in human form.
All that destruction for nothing. Woo Hyun literally dances through the rubble like it is a walk in the park. He closes the gap and delivers a fatal blow that sends this veteran straight to the afterlife, leaving him gasping in total disbelief. The chat is absolutely losing it right now. Viewers are spamming Mass Protocol and Hack Credible because taking out 3 elite hunting dogs with just one element is peak dominance.
Local simps everywhere are struggling to breathe from the intensity.
Standing over the fresh corpses, Woo Hyun casually wipes the blood from his blade like he's cleaning a kitchen knife.
But get this, he's actually dissatisfied.
He thinks he's weak because back in his original world, this would have been effortless.
Talk about a flex. Our boy starts looting the bodies because waste not, want not. He finds Hyungchul's phone and hits the jackpot of evidence. A text message proves the whole conspiracy, a direct order to dump them in the inverted world and kill them if they resist.
He scores 3 sweet items from the dead agents, a dagger of sharp return, a winner's bracelet, and a hermit's necklace.
The system shows him the stats instantly, which makes him salty about how much harder his past life was without these game perks.
Knowing Yujin is still out there, he sprints back and finds her in a nightmare scenario. She is cornered by a massive Emperor Scorpion, a captain entity that showed up because the dimensional rift is as unstable as my ex. Yujin is a total boss, standing her ground with blood soaking her uniform and a defiant look in her eyes. Woo Hyun actually gives her props, realizing that if the monster had come for him first, the mission might have actually failed.
With a roar that probably shook the entire dimension, Woo Hyun leaps into the fray and shatters the Scorpion's defenses like they were made of glass.
He catches Yujin just as she collapses, and the viewers are treated to the ultimate hero moment.
The world is literally falling apart. The sky is cracking and the ground is disintegrating, threatening to trap them in the void forever.
Woo-hyun hoists her onto his back and runs for the exit like he's on a track field, escaping just as the portal vanishes.
Raid complete.
Our boy levels up and gains an ability point for clearing the sabotage and the dungeon at the same time.
This is what you call a pro gamer move, and the Bureau is about to have a very awkward morning. Back at HQ, team leader Kim Chul is looking ready to punch a wall.
He asks if Yujin was really ambushed by other awakened, and his face goes dark when he realizes the corporations have finally crossed the line.
When asked what happened to the agents, Woo-hyun just calmly drops the "I killed them" bomb. No hesitation, no drama, just cold facts.
Kim Chul is stunned into silence by the sheer solo capability of this rookie.
He hands over the phone as the ultimate receipt. Kim Chul is relieved to have proof for an official investigation, but he warns Woo-hyun to cool his head.
Yeah, good luck telling a guy who just soloed an elite squad to chill out. The mission is officially done and Woo-hyun is prompted to pick a second key element.
Meanwhile, in the studio, the hosts are celebrating a spectacular finish until a donation pings. Anonymous Viewer 62 just dropped 3 million won with a message. You passed the first test.
Now, here's your special mission. The real game is only beginning.
Imagine being so cracked at gaming that a random whale drops 3 million won just to say hi.
Naeon is basically seeing dollar signs in her eyes, while our boy Woo-hyun realizes the mysterious anonymous Viewer 62 is back with a very creepy vibe.
This whale isn't just throwing money, he's throwing orders.
He tells Woo-hyun to finish the scheduled stream before revealing a special mission. It's like a twisted version of Twitch where the streamer is the one being played by the chat.
Woo-hyun tries to play it cool and signals Naeon to keep the show moving.
He's suspicious as hell, but when 3 million won is on the line, you don't ask questions. You just click next match and hope for the best.
Time for the second act. They're jumping into PvP warfare mode, which is a 5v5 team battle. The chat is already malting because they wanted to see a solo carry, not some diluted team play, but Naeon promises them that Haxical is about to change their lives. The viewers are groaning about team games being boring, but Naeon just gives them a wink.
She knows Woo-hyun doesn't play well with others, and by play well, she means he's about to make his own teammates look like background extras. The map is an escort mission, but Woo-hyun clearly didn't read the tutorial.
As soon as the match starts, he ignores the payload and the team formation, sprinting off into the flank routes alone like a total rogue. Viewers are already calling GG and accusing him of throwing the game.
They think he's lost his mind, but seasoned players realize he's attempting a backdoor play.
Still, taking on 5 defenders solo? That's usually a fast track to the lobby. The doubt lasts for exactly 3 seconds.
Woo-hyun crashes into the enemy backline with blinding speed.
He's moving so fast that the game's physics are probably struggling to keep up with his frame rate. It's a total massacre. He's not just killing them, he's deleting them from existence.
His blade moves faster than the kill feed can update, turning the enemy's unranked match into a literal horror movie. System messages are flooding the screen as he wipes out the entire opposing team.
He's out here hunting guys with names like Easy and I Hate Beans and Rice, proving that if you have a dumb username, Woo-hyun will find you and he will end you.
The match ends in an instant victory.
His teammates are left standing there like confused NPCs, having done absolutely zero work.
The chat finally realizes that for a monster like Haxical, numbers are just a suggestion.
Woo-hyun doesn't stop there.
He rushes through the remaining modes, deathmatch, control, flashpoint, securing a pentakill in every single round.
He's playing with a frantic urgency that makes it look like he's trying to set a world record for most tilted opponents. Naeon is stunned, noting that he's even faster than usual. It's almost like he's in a hurry to get to the real prize. The PvP segment is a complete washout because nobody can even touch him before they're staring at a gray screen.
Every mode he touches turns into a bloodbath.
Control points?
He owns them.
Flash points?
He's already there.
He's literally playing a different game than everyone else, and the enemy team is just along for the ride to the graveyard. He finishes the pinnacle streak and ends the game in record time. The viewers are calling him a smurf, a hacker, and a god all at once. But Woo-hyun isn't listening to the praise, he's waiting for that chime.
The donation alert rings again, another 3 million won.
The mission is finally revealed. Open a new system of reverse planet by progressing with the game. It's vague, but Woo-hyun knows he's being steered toward the world's deepest secrets. He realizes he has to keep playing, whether it's PvE or PvP, to break the boundaries of this system.
He's essentially a puppet for this donor, but as long as the cash keeps flowing and the secrets come out, he's willing to play along. A few days later, it's the third hack tour broadcast.
Woo-hyun heads to the bureau training facility after Lee Yujin sends a message saying she's too injured to train him. Classic fragile NPC move, but she promises a legendary substitute.
The chat is buzzing with theories about who the new instructor is. Is it a top-tier player? A famous NPC?
Then she walks in, and the entire room goes dead silent.
The hype is real, and the mommy energy is off the charts. It's Kim Hannah, the deputy director of the bureau.
She's basically the second strongest agent in existence. Woo-hyun stiffens because in his past life, she was a terrifying adversary who almost ended his career permanently. Meeting your former mortal enemy as your new teacher is a special kind of hell. Yujin admits she snuck out of the hospital to make the intro and then flees before Hannah can scold her, leaving Woo-hyun alone with the sternest woman in the game.
Hannah doesn't do small talk.
She asks if he uses a long sword or a short sword. When he says both, she gets that "I'm about to humble you" look in her eyes and suggests an immediate duel to check his level.
The viewers are losing their minds.
Normal training in this game is just clicking menus, but an NPC demanding a physical spar? That's unheard of. The AI is literally adapting to Woo-hyun's presence and breaking its own rules.
The casters realize that this only happens because Woo-hyun is effectively the main character of this world.
He doesn't rely on system assists, so the game is forced to create a unique story path just to keep him challenged.
This confirms a groundbreaking truth.
Reverse Planet isn't just a scripted program. It's a living world that responds to the player's actions. It's evolving in real time, mirroring the complexity of reality itself.
As Woo-hyun faces off against Hannah, he realizes he's not just playing a game anymore. He's living through a nightmare he thought he escaped, and every swing of his blade is writing a history that no one else can see.
You know things are getting spicy when even the NPC waifus start questioning reality.
Kim Hannah is watching our boy Woo-hyun and realizes the game is basically rewriting itself to keep up with his absolute madness.
It is not just an AI anymore. The story is flowing like actual reality, and she is low-key terrified.
Hannah tries to play it cool and suggests a friendly little sword-only spar, but Woo-hyun is not about that life.
He tells her straight up that his body enhancement is a passive skill that is always on.
Basically, he is telling her he is a monster by default and cannot turn it off even if he wanted to.
Talk about a flex.
Seeing that he is not backing down, Hannah decides to stop holding back and drops her output. She triggers the God of Wind build, moving so fast she is basically a purple blur.
The viewers in the chat are losing their minds because this is supposed to be a tutorial, not a battle between two high-tier psychos.
Hannah quickly realizes that if she does not go all out, she is going to get humbled real fast. Our protagonist isn't just fast, he is reading her like an open book and targeting every single opening with lethal precision.
She finally stops treating him like a newbie and starts fighting with actual intent to kill. The exchange is absolutely insane. Hannah is pulling out every trick in the book, but Woo-hyun is just gliding through her attacks with this creepy, calm, fluid motion.
It is like he is dancing while she is struggling for her life.
The audience is watching a masterclass in how to break a game.
After a few more exchanges, Hannah finally lowers her weapon and admits the truth. If this were a real deathmatch, she only had a 20% chance of walking away alive.
Imagine being a top-tier agent and admitting a rookie could turn you into mincemeat. The ego bruise must be real.
She asks the million-dollar question, where did you learn to fight like a literal god?
Woo-hyun just hits her with the classic self-taught line.
Yeah, right.
He is totally hiding the fact that he spent a decade in a literal hellhole surviving things that would make her hair turn white.
Internally, our boy is actually being humble, thinking he is way weaker than his prime.
Meanwhile, the system is screaming at him that he cleared the mission and leveled up.
When you are so broken that you think you are weak while everyone else thinks you are a monster, you know you have reached peak MC status.
Hannah is so impressed she decides to take him to the bureau's VIP section. They head deep into the headquarters to the armory, where they meet Kim Hyun-woo. This guy is the support team leader, and his job is basically to give Woo-hyun some new toys to break the game even further.
Hyunwoo invites him to browse the collection like it is a candy shop. Most players would be drooling over these weapons, but Woo-hyun is just walking past them with a bored expression. He looks at the vampiric spear Dragos and basically calls it mid. The disrespect is absolutely legendary.
Then, his eyes lock onto something that should not even be there.
It is a massive, edgy dark blade called Soul Eater, the Sword of Eternal Death. He is genuinely shocked because this cursed piece of gear belongs in the black market, not in some government basement. It is like finding a nuke in a pawn shop. He checks the stats, and it is basically a cheat code. The blade is indestructible. Its power scales with every soul it devours, and it heals the wielder. It is a weapon built for mass slaughter.
Without even blinking, he tells the staff he will take it, leaving them wondering if they just handed a nuke to a maniac.
The chat is absolutely exploding with rage and jealousy.
Viewers are screaming that getting a 5-option in-game weapon in the starter zone is literal cheating. Our boy just skipped the entire grind and went straight to the final boss gear while everyone else is still playing with sticks.
One big brain donor explains the logic. The game has a risk versus reward system. Since Woo-hyun keeps surviving impossible odds like the hunting dogs and gapping Kim Hana, the game's engine has no choice but to give him loot that matches his broken skill level.
It is not cheating, it is just being too good. With his new soul-munching sword equipped, Hannah suggests they go test it out immediately. No rest for the wicked. They head to a restricted portal at the top of a mountain.
Even the hike up there is a flex, leaving them both warmed up and ready for some actual violence.
Their guide warns them that this place is crawling with wolf-beast-type entities. These things are territorial, aggressive, and will swarm you the moment you step foot in their kitchen. For any normal player, this would be a death sentence, but for Woo-hyun, it is just a target-rich environment. Woo-hyun looks at the incoming pack with the most bored expression you have ever seen.
He says anything below B rank is basically trash and thanks the wolves for swarming him, so he does not have to go looking for them.
He is literally treating a deadly raid like a grocery run.
The pack charges, and Woo-hyun pulls Soul Eater out of his shadow storage.
The massive blade looks terrifying in his hands, and he swings it with a speed that totally ignores how heavy that thing should be. The first strike does not just kill, it absolutely obliterates the front line into red mist.
The viewers are cheering for the carnage, but the guide, Hyun-woo, is standing there completely paralyzed.
He recognizes that specific movement. Our rookie didn't just swing a sword. He just executed the legendary Heavenly Moon Slash. The secret is out. This guy is not just a player. He is a walking disaster. As the dust settles and the wolves realize they messed with the wrong human, the sheer power of the Soul Eater starts to hum.
This is just the beginning.
If he is already pulling out legendary techniques in the starter zone, the rest of the world better start praying, because our boy is here to devour everything.
The territorial instinct of these wolves didn't account for a monster that treats their fangs like toothpicks. Woo-hyun stands over the carnage, looking like a dark god, while Hannah can only watch in silence. The gap between them just became a literal canyon, and the chat is already calling him the undisputed king of the game.
You have to love the irony here.
The Bureau thought they were recruiting a promising rookie, but they actually just invited the Grim Reaper into their armory.
With every soul that sword eats, Woo-hyun is getting closer to his prime, and once he reaches it, not even the game's AI will be able to stop his rampage.
The atmosphere is heavy with the scent of blood and the humming of the cursed blade.
Woo-hyun looks down at his hands, feeling the familiar weight of his favorite weapon. He is finally starting to feel like himself again, and that is the scariest news anyone in this world could hear.
The hunt has officially begun.
As the wolves continue to throw themselves into the meat grinder, the system notifications keep popping up. Level up, soul devoured, power increased.
It is a feedback loop of pure destruction. This isn't a raid anymore. It is a buffet, and Woo-hyun is the only one at the table. Hyun-woo can't even find his voice. To see a rookie use a technique that should be physically impossible at his level is breaking his brain.
He realizes that the hierarchy of the Bureau is about to be flipped upside down.
There is a new apex predator in town, and he carries a sword that eats souls for breakfast.
The chapter ends with Woo-hyun looking forward into the dark forest, his eyes glowing with that same lethal intent that terrified Hannah earlier.
He is not just here to play the game, he is here to conquer it.
And if anyone or anything gets in his way, well, Soul Eater is always hungry for more. Seriously, who is going to stop this man?
He has got the skills, the broken loot, and the zero-chill attitude required to turn this whole world into his personal playground.
Stay tuned, because this gossip is only getting crazier, and the red flags on this protagonist are starting to look like a celebratory parade. You guys won't believe this, but our rookie just pulled off a move so legendary it made the veterans choke on their coffee. Kim Hyun-woo is staring at Woo-hyun like he just saw a ghost, because that strike was a carbon copy of the signature Heavenly Moon Slash. How does a complete newbie replicate a top-tier technique like it's a basic tutorial move? The stream chat is absolutely losing it right now, throwing out wild theories about Woo-hyun being some secret sports prodigy or a hidden veteran from the old Coliseum days.
Honestly, his movement isn't just good. It's the kind of refined combat experience that makes you wonder if he spends his weekends wrestling dragons for fun.
While everyone is busy gossiping, the cursed sword Soul Eater is starting to act up, and not in a good way. It begins to glow with a terrifying aura, and every time Woo-hyun carves through an enemy, the blade's cutting power spikes. It's official, this sword has a serious hunger problem, and it's feeding on everything in sight.
Just when they thought they had a handle on things, a massive shadow drops in to ruin the party.
Enter the Captain Entity, a silver wolf that's infamously known as the Newbie Destroyer.
This thing is built like a tank and moves like a lightning bolt, and it's definitely not here to play fetch. The wolf slams into Woo-hyun with enough force to level a building, and even our OP protagonist gets pushed back.
He realizes this beast is leagues above a standard elite monster, but instead of running like a sane person, he just grips his sword tighter.
Talk about having a death wish or just being built different. Woo-hyun decides he's done playing games and unleashes a counterattack that's straight up disrespectful to the boss. He delivers a lethal strike that doesn't just kill the Silver Wolf, it lets Soul Eater feast on the Captain Entity's soul. Watching him dominate a high-level threat like it's a common street dog is pure hype.
Hyun-woo is internally screaming because he almost stepped in to save the kid, only to realize the mission difficulty secretly jumped from F rank to a suicidal B rank.
This shouldn't be possible for a novice, and the fact that Woo-hyun cleared it without breaking a sweat is making everyone rethink their life choices.
The duo starts speculating that the game itself is dynamically buffing the difficulty just to keep up with Woo-hyun's broken skills.
But the real red flag pops up when the boss dies and the dimensional rift refuses to close.
Usually, that means something even more cursed is about to happen, and I'm here for the drama. Right in the middle of the distortion, they find a mysterious egg sitting there like it's waiting for an unboxing video. Before they can even guess what's inside, the shell starts to crack.
Everyone's expecting a world-ending demon, but what pops out is a tiny, adorable puppy?
The entire chat goes silent because Reverse Planet literally doesn't have a pet system.
Hyunwoo wants to follow standard protocol and delete the creature because, you know, everything in this world usually wants to eat your face. But the puppy is so harmlessly cute that they decide to take it to the lab instead of turning it into XP.
Before they can even finish the analysis, a massive system message flashes across the screen.
The creature is officially named Lightning Wolf, and it's been registered as Woo-hyun's pet. Congratulations, you just broke the game's code by being too charming for the AI to handle. The moment that registration hits, absolute chaos erupts. A global emergency announcement blares out, declaring immediate server maintenance for an unplanned update. Every player gets kicked offline instantly, and you just know the developers are sweating bullets behind the scenes.
The stream chat is in a total frenzy, convinced that the devs are patching the entire game in real time just because Woo-hyun discovered a feature that wasn't even supposed to be there.
The rumors of him having a special Chosen One status are spreading faster than a virus, and the hype is hitting the ceiling.
We shift over to the Planet Earth headquarters in the US, where the development team is having a collective mental breakdown.
This unauthorized update wasn't their doing, and seeing a new system go live without their permission is every programmer's worst nightmare.
Sophia, the head developer, looks like she's ready to fight someone. She's convinced this is the work of Isaac, the missing genius who originally built the game.
It looks like he's manipulating the world from the shadows, and our boy Woo-hyun is right in the center of his experimental playground.
They bring up Deus, the dormant AI Isaac created, and realize that as long as Isaac is missing, they're losing control of their own creation.
They're scrambling to find the hidden update files, but it's like trying to catch a ghost in the machine. Isaac is playing 4D chess while they're playing checkers. Sophia isn't taking any chances and orders Woo-hyun to be placed on the top priority monitoring list.
She's determined to hunt down Isaac and stop this madness before the game becomes completely unrecognizable.
If you thought the monsters were scary, wait until the developers start a manhunt.
Back in the real world, a mysterious figure known only as Anonymous Viewer 62 drops a massive donation that would make a millionaire blush. They congratulate Woo-hyun on passing the test and drop a cryptic new mission.
He needs to find a comrade he can trust, because things are about to get way more dangerous. This Isaac guy is a total psycho genius, leaving behind an AI like Deus that just stops working the moment he disappears.
Sophia is biting her nails because she knows if they don't find him soon, the entire reverse planet might just become Isaac's personal reality.
The tension in the HQ is thick enough to cut with a sword. Sophia is screaming that they have to find those update files at all costs.
She's not letting some missing weirdo ruin her career, but little does she know, the game is already evolving way beyond her pay grade.
As the digital code streams past, it's clear that the test Woo-hyun passed was just the beginning.
The mysterious donor is pulling strings we can't even see yet. Finding a trusted comrade sounds easy, but in a world where the game itself is trying to kill you, who can you really turn to? Imagine getting a DM from a mysterious stalker telling you to go find a friend or else.
Our boy Woo-hyun just got a cryptic mission from Anonymous Viewer 62, and the objective is simple: find a comrade he can trust.
While most people would think it is just a weird fan, Woo-hyun is smelling a massive rat.
He is convinced that this donor is actually a developer or some high-level insider playing God with his life.
He is out here having an existential crisis at a cafe, but his manager Naeon is way too busy sipping her iced coffee to care about his conspiracy theories. She shuts him down, calling it all a coincidence, before dropping some actual fire news.
The SSR Cup, which is basically the Olympics of the gaming world, has sent him a recruitment offer.
RMC is finally going pro, or so he thinks.
Plot twist of the century. They do not want him as a player because he is basically a walking cheat code that would ruin the balance. Instead, they want him as an official support coach.
Naeon explains that since he is viral for being a monster, he needs to find a disciple and show the world he can actually teach those insane skills.
It sounds like a lot of work, but Woo-hyun realizes this is the perfect way to finish his secret mission.
Coaching a disciple means he gets a comrade for the tournament, effectively killing two birds with one stone.
He agrees to the deal, and Naeon is so hyped she is practically vibrating. She is already planning tryouts and everything. Honestly, she is more of a shark than a manager when there is money on the line, but hey, a girl has got to eat.
A few days later, they go live to announce the big news, and the chat is absolutely losing its mind.
Most fans are stoked, but the haters are coming out of the woodwork.
They are calling him a fraud and pointing out that while he is good, his official rank is actually trash. He is gold in some modes and straight up unranked in survival.
Talk about a major red flag for a supposed top-tier coach. The toxic chat is roasting him for being a low-tier scrub, and even Naeon has to admit that he needs to climb the ladder if he wants anyone to respect him. Just as he is about to start the grind, the mysterious donor DUS decides to spice things up.
A mission window pops up with a reward of 3 million won.
The catch? It is absolutely mental.
The condition for the 3 million is to win a ranked survival match with over 40 kills without using a single weapon.
No guns, no swords, just these hands. The chat is calling it impossible and telling him to skip it, but Woo-hyun just smirks and accepts. He activates his mass protocol because it is time to turn this lobby into a literal graveyard. He drops into the military base, which is basically a death trap for anyone with a brain. But Woo-hyun is not anyone.
He hits the ground running, and before the other players can even find a pistol, he is already on their necks.
He is moving with such terrifying speed that it does not even look like a game anymore. He is not just playing, he is hunting. Every person he encounters gets folded like a lawn chair. He is using the environment and pure physical stats to dominate. The viewers are watching through his POV and literally complaining about getting dizzy because he is flicking and moving faster than the frame rate can handle. Look at the kill feed. It is just a constant stream of eliminations.
He is clearing the outskirts of the base like he is taking out the trash.
He is not even breaking a sweat while he punches through armor and outplays entire squads with zero equipment.
It is peak Black Air Force energy, and the chat is starting to realize they messed up by doubting him.
18 kills in the first few minutes? That is not a pro player, that is a natural disaster. He is leaving a trail of bodies behind him as he heads toward the center of the map. He is on a mission to get those 40 kills, and God help anyone who stands in his way.
The momentum is insane, and the donation bar is probably crying right now.
He reaches the center and continues the massacre. Most players are hiding in corners praying for their lives, but he finds them all. By the time the final circle starts closing in, he is sitting at 39 kills.
He only needs one more head to secure the bag. But the last guy in the lobby is not your average casual scrub.
The final survivor is actually dodging his strikes. This guy is moving with fluid, professional precision that you just do not see in this tier. The chat is stunned because someone is actually matching Woo Hyun's pace. It turns out this mystery man is also using a body enhancement build, and he is playing like a literal martial artist. A fierce hand-to-hand duel erupts in the middle of the ruins. It is a clash of titans as they exchange blows that would kill any other player instantly. The viewers are speculating that this might be a professional player on a Smurf account. It is the first time we have seen Woo Hyun actually have to try, and it is glorious. Even with a similar build, the gap in raw experience starts to show. Woo Hyun is just more of a beast.
The opponent realizes he cannot win with the build he is not used to and decides to back off.
He leaves Woo Hyun with a chilling promise of a proper fight next time before he is finally eliminated. That is 40 kills, ladies and gentlemen.
Mission accomplished.
The match ends, and the 3 million won donation from DUS hits the account immediately. Neon's eyes literally turn into dollar signs.
She is basically a simp for the grind at this point. With the funding secured, Woo Hyun decides to go on an absolute rampage to fix his rank once and for all.
He goes on a staggering 98-game winning streak on stream. No losses, just pure dominance. He skyrockets his account straight to Master Tier in every single mode. Now, nobody can say anything about his qualifications. He is officially the most terrifying coach in the history of the game. The official announcement for the Haxical tryouts goes live, and the entire streaming community is in a frenzy. Everyone wants a piece of the monster. Even the famous twin streamers, Young Arium and Young Dawn, are looking at the news. They are ready to do whatever it takes to get picked as his disciple because they know he is their ticket to the top. While the world is celebrating, things are getting dark behind the scenes.
Deep inside the Planet Earth headquarters, head developer Sophia is staring at her monitor with pure dread. She spots the donor named DUS and realizes the truth.
It is not a person, it is the dormant AI that was supposed to be offline. The machine is awake, and it is the one pulling Woo Hyun's strings. The AI is actively interfering with the game's balance, and Sophia knows this is the start of a nightmare.
Woo Hyun thinks he is just playing a game and making bank, but he is actually becoming the avatar for a digital god.
The tryouts are about to begin, but the stakes just went from a tournament to a battle for survival.
The twins are already plotting their move, and they are not the only ones.
The competition to be Woo Hyun's disciple is going to be a bloodbath.
As the MC prepares to meet his candidates, he has no idea that the developers are coming for him.
The game is changing, and the real war is only just beginning.
Sophia circles the DUS logs in red, her hands shaking. She needs to stop this before the AI takes over everything.
But with Woo Hyun getting stronger every day, can anyone even stop him now? Stay tuned, because this disciple hunt is about to get absolutely scandalous.
Imagine waiting through an emergency update just to get a legendary-sounding lightning wolf, only for it to have the skill set of a depressed house cat. Our boy Hyun is staring at these stats like a disappointed father, wondering why bite, howl, and tumble are the best this thing can do.
Before he can refund this useless furball, Neon calls him to brag about the student auditions. She is basically telling him to go play outside and kill some monsters while the adults handle the paperwork for his new fan club.
The notifications start hitting faster than a toxic ex's text messages.
Jongnyo, Yongsan, Incheon, Busan, it is a full-blown national crisis. The Dimensional Management Bureau is basically sounding the apocalypse alarm. The chat is absolutely losing it because the game plot is moving at Mach 10 speed.
Usually, this dimensional war stuff takes years, but the other world decided to invade Earth today of all days, unleashing everything from flying lizards to giant centipedes.
The system explains that the reverse planet is basically leaking, and now it is Woo Hyun's job to go mop up the mess.
Enter Kim Hannah, the deputy director, looking as sharp as ever while the chat roasts the fact that she is basically the MC's personal chauffeur now.
They roll up to the scene, and it is a complete graveyard of goblins.
Hannah realizes other agents have been here, but the area is still crawling with green pests that need an express ticket to the afterlife. Hannah tells our boy to split up and work solo because she actually trusts him to not die immediately.
Woo-hyun turns on his hunter instincts, and it does not take long before he hears a civilian screaming for their life in the woods. A poor girl is about to be turned into goblin lunch, but Woo-hyun is not having it.
He lets his chains fly, and these things move like they have a mind of their own, snaring the air with pure lethal intent.
The viewers are witnessing a masterclass in weapon control as the chains dance through the trees. He is not just swinging a sickle. He is performing surgery on these monsters while the chat spams emojis in total awe.
After saving the damsel and acting like the perfect bureau agent, he sends her running toward the safety zone. But as soon as she is gone, his face goes cold. It is time to find the captain entity and end this circus.
Suddenly, a massive red beast tries to sneak him from his blind spot, but Woo-hyun blocks it without even turning around.
Instead of ending the guy's whole career, he just stands there, observing the monster like it is a science project.
The chat is literally screaming at their screens, wondering why our savage king is suddenly playing pacifist. He ignores the trolls and simply orders the real threat to stop hiding in the shadows and face him. The tension is thick enough to cut with a sickle as Woo-hyun continues to just defend. He is not being lazy. He is realizing that this fight feels way too familiar, like he is dancing with a ghost from his past.
Finally, a humanoid figure steps out, and the system identifies it as a dimension invader.
This is high-tier late-game nightmare fuel appearing way too early, and the viewers are officially terrified for the server's survival. This purple psycho decides to go bare-knuckle, and as they exchange blows, Woo-hyun's eyes widen. The rhythm, the flow, the timing. This thing is fighting exactly like the player he humiliated in survival mode. The realization hits him like a freight train. He remembers the League of Enterprises creating an artificial Edenal to kill him back in the day, but this version is much more personal and much more dangerous.
This entity is not using his legendary war data from the other world.
No, it is mimicking the specific, nerfed fighting style he used in his recent Earth PvP match.
Someone is literally recording his every move through the system.
If this thing can pull data from the game itself, it means someone has backdoor access to the core of Reverse Planet.
Woo-hyun realizes he is not just fighting a monster. He is fighting a hacker's puppet that is learning his secrets in real time.
As he lands a heavy blow, the invader's body starts to freak out. It is not bleeding like a normal creature. It is glitching through reality, showing its true form as a digital virus made of pure malice. The chat is debating if this is even part of the game anymore, while the flow of the fight becomes a mirror image of Woo-hyun's own techniques. It is like fighting a reflection that wants to wear your skin. Woo-hyun remembers the research facility from his past life that tried to replace him with a machine. The trauma is real, but his resolve is stronger. He is not going to let some copycat take his crown on Earth. He catches a strike and slams the invader into the dirt with enough force to crack the server. Even if it imitates his moves, it is still a sloppy imitation compared to the original God of War.
The invader begins to dissolve into streams of binary code and raw data right before his eyes.
This is not a creature of flesh and bone. It is an interference from a higher power that is clearly testing him.
As the pixels fade, Woo-hyun's mind goes straight to the one person who seems to know too much. He stares at the empty space and wonders if Anonymous Viewer 62 is behind this digital ambush.
He is left standing in a forest of blood and glitching data, realizing that the game system itself is compromised.
Whoever is pulling the strings just prove they can reach out and touch him whenever they want.
Our boy Woo-hyun is staring at the digital dust of that invader and realizes something absolutely terrifying.
This monster didn't just spawn with skills, it was literally copying the exact martial arts he used in his recent PvP match on Earth.
This isn't just some random rift monster. We're talking about a stalker with admin privileges.
Woo-hyun is 100% sure that creepy Anonymous Viewer 62 is pulling the strings behind the scenes just to see how far he can be pushed. Before he can spiral into a conspiracy theory, his senior rolls up looking like she's late for a photo shoot.
Woo-hyun instantly flips the switch back to clueless rookie mode because keeping a low profile is basically his full-time job.
Mission accomplished, and the rewards are rolling in.
He secures a level up and an ability point, which is basically the game's way of saying, thanks for not dying. Now it's time to head back to the office for the real drama.
Back at the bureau, The vibe is heavier than a lead backpack. Team leader Kim Chul is looking at the autopsy report of the invader, and he's not liking what he sees. These things are evolving faster than a viral tweet. Woo-hyun drops the bomb about the mimicking behavior, and Kim Chul's face turns grave. If these monsters start wearing human faces and using human techniques, society is basically cooked, and the panic is going to be real.
The realization hits that if invaders can disguise themselves, there's no stopping the invasion of Earth.
It's a total red flag moment for humanity, and even the chat is starting to realize this plot just got a lot darker.
Kim Chul thanks him for preventing a massive disaster, but you can tell the man is stressed. He's got a lot to investigate, but first, he's got a little something special for our favorite overpowered protagonist.
Just as the team leader pulls out a mysterious box, Lee Yujin bursts in like she owns the place. She's not about to let a boring meeting end without some flair, especially when there's a promotion on the line. Yujin is all smiles as she reveals the official agent's badge. Since Kim Hana is currently in the hospital with an injury, Yujin is more than happy to play the doting senior and handle the honors herself. She explains the tradition of a mentor pinning the badge, acting all sweet while the chat goes wild over the fan service.
Woo-hyun just rolls with it, but we all know he's only interested in what this badge actually unlocks. Congratulations are in order as he officially becomes a full-fledged agent. The chat is busy roasting the original story characters for actually smiling for once, but the real prize is the new level of authority he just gained.
This badge gives him the authority of solo operation, which is basically a golden ticket to go on missions without any annoying babysitters or red tape.
It's the ultimate, leave me alone permit for a guy with secrets. The scene shifts and Neon cuts the stream, leaving the viewers hanging.
But don't worry, she's got an announcement for a new event called Super Nuclear Star because her naming sense is absolutely tragic.
They're looking for Haxicle's first disciple, and the internet is losing its mind.
The chat is already roasting the cringe title, but the hype for seeing who gets picked is through the roof.
They've got a mountain of applicants, including some serious heavy hitters and some total rage baiter trolls.
Naeon is looking way too excited about the selection process, and you just know she's cooking up some drama.
We meet the candidates, and one of them is Blue Whale, a notorious clickbait streamer who's basically the final boss of internet trolls. Naeon picked him specifically so Woo-hyun could humiliate him in front of millions.
Blue Whale is already talking trash, claiming Haxicle isn't even that good.
This guy is a walking kick-me sign, and he has no idea he's about to be served a massive humble pie on live television. The broadcast kicks off in a massive outdoor studio, and the hosts are working the crowd. The chat is moving so fast it's a blur, but everyone is waiting for the man of the hour to make his entrance. The tension is building as the applicants wait nervously in the sun. Finally, it's time to call out the legend himself. Haxicle is about to step onto the stage, and the world is watching. Woo-hyun walks out wearing a sharp suit instead of his usual gear, and the chat goes absolutely feral.
They're begging him to take off the mask, but the man is all business and looks like he's ready to fire everyone in the room.
Before the audition starts, Woo-hyun asks about raids, the most brutal PvE content in the game.
He realizes he needs a disposable party to clear the tricky gimmicks, and these applicants are looking like perfect cannon fodder.
Naeon explains that raids require a team to handle the insane boss mechanics. Woo-hyun mentally checks his list. He's not looking for a friend. He's looking for tools that won't break too easily under pressure.
He turns to the 12 hopefuls and drops a cold ultimatum. Follow my orders without question or get out.
He promises to make them master tier, but only if they're willing to be his literal puppets. Blue Whale can't keep his mouth shut and starts mocking Woo-hyun's credentials, calling him a fake master tier. It's the classic villain who doesn't know he's an extra moment, and it's honestly embarrassing to watch. Woo-hyun accepts the challenge with the most bored expression ever. He tells all 12 of them to attack him at once. If they can land even a single scratch on his suit in 10 minutes, they win. Talk about a flex. The production team is panicking because this wasn't in the script, but Woo-hyun is already doubling down. He draws a tiny circle on the ground and says he won't even step outside of it. He's literally handicapping himself to make it fair. He promises not to attack first, either. The chat is divided between he's a god and he's throwing, while the applicants are fuming at the disrespect.
They think they've got an easy win, but they're about to find out why he's the protagonist.
The signal is given and it's game on.
12 players charge in with everything they've got, while Woo-hyun just stands there with that "you're already dead" look in his eyes.
This isn't an audition. It's a slaughterhouse, and the suit stays clean. Imagine being so arrogant that you draw a tiny circle on the ground and tell 12 people they can't even touch you.
Woohyun is out here moving like a final boss in a tutorial area, and I am living for this level of disrespect.
The chat is already calling him a clown, thinking he is underestimating the group.
But Woohyun just stands there with that deadpan energy, waiting for these local simps to actually do something besides talk.
A flame spear comes flying at his face, and what does he do? He just tilts his head like he is dodging a fly.
This guy is making a high-level magic attack look like a joke, and the first challenger is already questioning his life choices.
He actually taunts them to come all at once because he does not have time for their solo failures.
It is official, he is calling them all trash to their faces, and the viewers are absolutely losing it.
The applicants swarm him like a pack of hungry wolves, unleashing every skill in the book from every angle.
It looks like a chaotic fireworks show, but Woohyun is the only one who is not going to get burned. He starts tossing these people around like they are actual ragdolls. Even the ones trying to force a close combat brawl are getting sent to the Shadow Realm. It is not a fight, it is a one-sided beatdown. These people are being used as human projectiles. The chat is literally comparing this to an amusement park ride because of how effortlessly he is throwing them into the dirt. Time is up, and not a single person managed to put a finger on him. 12 bronze to gold players, and they all ended up face down in the dirt, while Woohyun barely even broke a sweat. He shuts down the haters instantly. After that performance, nobody has the guts to object to his authority. Now that the combat flex is over, it is time for the actual audition to get spicy.
Naeon kicks off the Superstar Nuclear audition with a mission that sounds simple but is actually a nightmare.
It is called Ability Control Without Modifiers, and it is designed to expose every fraud in the room. The chat is already starting a civil war between melee and ranged users.
Everyone thinks the melee guys have an unfair advantage here, and the toxicity is reaching peak levels while the applicants start sweating.
The twins, Ariam and Dawn, step up first.
They are bickering and insulting each other the entire time they are lifting, but that sibling hatred is actually fueling their endurance.
They both clear the 3-minute mark like absolute units. LNDB, the supposed favorite, actually chokes on his first try. He drops the weight early because he lost focus for a split second. He barely manages to pass on his second attempt, but his ego is definitely bruised. The pressure is mounting as the leaderboard fills up. Blue Whale is watching from the sidelines, realizing that he is about to be eliminated if he doesn't pull a miracle out of his pocket right now. Blue Whale steps onto the stage with fake confidence, claiming he has the secret trick. To everyone's shock, this notorious troll is actually holding the weight steady. He passes the 2-minute mark without even shaking. He clears the full 3 minutes and starts celebrating like he just won the lottery. The chat is actually starting to believe he has hidden talent, but Woohyun is watching him with that cold, suspicious stare. Just as Blue Whale is about to walk away a winner, Woohyun stops him dead in his tracks.
He asks the streamer if he really thought he wouldn't notice the system modifier.
The atmosphere just went from 100 to 0 real fast.
Blue Whale tries to play the victim, pointing at his 0% system window.
But Woohyun isn't buying it.
He saw the tiny, unnatural adjustments in his grip and walk, micro-movements that only happen when the system is carrying you.
Woohyun puts his entire career and revenue on the line for this accusation. He tells Blue Whale to adjust his settings live or get out. Cracking under the pressure of a god-tier call-out, the fraud finally screams in defeat.
Get him out of here.
The moment of truth arrives and surprise, surprise, the system starts lagging harder than a potato PC.
It is not technical difficulties, fam. It is the illegal third-party program locking his stats like a digital leash.
Blue Whale realizes he is caught in 4K and can only offer pathetic excuses.
Woohyun is not having any of it and drops the disqualification hammer right then and there.
Humiliated in front of thousands, this toxic simp does the only thing a coward can. He rage quits the stream and flees the scene.
Good riddance to bad trash, honestly. With the trash taken out, Naeon keeps the hype train moving as the individual missions wrap up.
As predicted, the meta slaves with ranged builds are feasting, taking all the top spots while the melee users are left wondering why they even bothered showing up.
Now it is time for team battles, and the groupings are scandalous. Team A is stacked with balanced powerhouses, while Team B looks like a total disaster. It is a bunch of melee brawlers with only one shy ranged user named Shuria to keep them from being target practice.
The mission is simple. Defend the zone for 10 minutes against a literal horde of intermediate eternals.
These bots spawn every minute, and if you even step a toe outside the field, you are disqualified. It is a test of pure damage output and endurance. Round 1 is a certified train wreck for the underdogs. While Team A is chillin' and getting 10 easy kills with their range, Team B is getting absolutely swarmed. They barely manage 8 kills because they are too busy tripping over each other in the chaos.
Facing total elimination, Team B swallows their pride and begs Haxical for a miracle.
Woohyun sees this as the perfect chance to flex his coaching muscles and agrees. To keep things fair, the judges decide they will coach Team A, turning this into a battle of mentors.
Team A and their coaches are high on hopium, thinking their lead is impossible to lose. They basically tell their players to just keep doing what they are doing because they think Team B is too far gone to ever catch up.
Talk about a red flag for arrogance. While the favorites are slacking, Woohyun is dropping knowledge bombs.
He is not teaching them fancy skills. He is teaching them how to read the AI mind.
He explains that these Edinals are not afraid of getting hurt, which is their biggest weakness if you know the math.
He breaks it down. These bots will abandon all defense the second they think they can deal more damage than they take.
If the team can exploit that aggression threshold, they can basically predict every single move the enemy makes before it even happens.
But talk is cheap, so Woo-hyun initiates a mock battle where he plays the monster.
He starts attacking his own students with such ferocity that they probably thought they were actually going to die. This is not coaching. It is a survival horror experience. He drills them relentlessly, forcing them to feel the pressure and learn to link their attacks by pure instinct.
If they do not move perfectly, they get punished.
It is brutal, it is intense, and it is exactly what these losers needed to wake up.
After 30 minutes of hell, the second attempt begins. The spectators are still talking trash, doubting that a short lecture could fix a team this broken.
Team A is literally smirking from the sidelines, waiting for the inevitable fail. But the Team B that steps onto the field is completely different. Shuria, who used to be too scared to fire for fear of hitting her teammates, is now looking like a cold-blooded assassin.
She is ready to unleash her ice magic without a second of hesitation.
The coordination is suddenly flawless. The melee fighters are manipulating the AI exactly like Woohyun taught them, leading the bots right into the kill zone. They are moving like a single organism instead of a bunch of headless chickens. Every time an Edinal tries to go full offense, the team is already 2 steps ahead.
They are creating openings and Shuria is devastating the waves with her spells.
The kill count is climbing so fast that the commentators are literally losing their minds. It is a total massacre. The melee units are parrying and counterattacking with surgical precision, while Shuria provides the heavy artillery from the back.
Team A's smug faces are starting to melt as they realize they might actually lose this.
Shuria has finally found her confidence, trusting her teammates to weave through her attacks while she freezes everything in sight. This is the power of a real leader. Haxical has turned a group of rejects into a well-oiled killing machine in record time. The final push is legendary.
Shuria unleashes her ice drill skill, piercing through the enemies and securing the lead.
The synergy between the ranged support and the melee frontline is so perfect, it looks like a choreographed dance of death. Time is up and the studio falls into a stunned silence. Team B pulled off the impossible comeback with 14 kills, completely eclipsing Team A's score of 12. Tactical genius just dunked on raw stat advantages, and it was glorious to behold. Team A tries to be graceful in defeat, but they are clearly shook. They cannot help but linger, asking Woohyun for a bit of advice before they leave. Even though he is a melee specialist, our boy is about to show them that he knows more than they ever will. To everyone's absolute shock, Woohyun gives high-level, specific guidance to the ranged pyromancer. He knows the strengths and nuking abilities of every class better than the players themselves. He is not just a master of the sword, he is a master of the entire game. The field is finally narrowed down to the final 4, and Neon announces the grand finale.
But there is a cruel twist waiting for our winning team. The friendship era is over because for the final mission, they have to turn on each other.
It is a PvP survival match. The 4 teammates are split into pairs for a 2 versus 2 battle to the death. Only the survivors will get the chance to become Haxical's true disciple. It is time to see who is truly built different when the stakes are life or death.
Imagine training until your lungs burn just to find out the internet is already trashing your performance.
The community forums are absolutely savage today, dissecting every move of the recent audition like vultures. Nayeon is back on screen looking like a snack, but the vibe is heavy.
She asks Woohyun about his new authority, and he just gives her the cold shoulder while enabling mask protocol like a true edgy protagonist. The broadcast is officially live, and Woohyun drops a bombshell.
He plans to sweep the entire reverse planet solo. No team, no backup, just pure ego and a very sharp blade.
Local man chooses violence, and we are here for it.
But wait, a wild plot twist appears in his private messages.
Lee Yujin slides in to tell him that the last hit squad wasn't after her, they were hunting him.
Talk about a reality check for our resident powerhouse.
The Enterprise is officially thirsty for his blood.
Yujin warns him that the villains are tired of being embarrassed, and their next move is going to be way more calculated than a basic back-alley ambush. Woohyun basically says, bet, and ignores the danger. He meets up with a support agent named Jang Jahun, who looks way too clean to be trustworthy. The chat is already screaming death flag, and honestly, I see it.
They pull up to Sangam Neighborhood Park for a solo mission, but it is ghost town quiet. Pro tip for all you aspiring hunters: if the security is missing and the wind stops blowing, you are about to get jumped.
Our boy stops in his tracks because his senses are screaming trap.
He calls out to the empty air like he is ordering a pizza, revealing he knows exactly where the 6 hidden losers are lurking in the shadows. The ambushers finally show their faces, led by a guy with a smirk that needs to be slapped off.
He doesn't even call him Woohyun. He addresses him as test subject number 48. Oops, looks like his dark past just caught up.
The Enterprise agent is really out here offering him a one-way ticket back to the lab for more experiments.
He calls it cultivating his abilities, but we all know that is just code for being a human science project. Woohyun responds with a very loud and clear bullshit. He rejects their dog's hit offer and pulls his weapon. If you wanted him back, you should have brought a small army, because these guys are about to be mincemeat. The fight is on, and Woohyun is moving with that lethal speed that makes elite hit squads look like toddlers. He is treating these hunting dogs like a warm-up session, and the viewers are absolutely loving the disrespect. The chat is literally mocking the attackers, saying they need to call the Hellhound if they want a real fight.
Standard agents are basically just free XP for Haxical at this point.
It is almost embarrassing for the Enterprise. Realizing they are getting absolutely wrecked, the leader makes a desperate call. He tells his team to take something called TL-01. Everyone is confused because that item isn't even in the game's public database. Nayeon and the caster are frantically searching the hypernet, but coming up with 0 results. Woohyun is actually sweating now because even with his past life memories, this drug never existed. History is officially broken. The agents swallow the pills and start convulsing like they are in a low-budget horror movie. Their skin turns a nasty purple hue, looking exactly like those Dimension invaders. This isn't doping, it is a full-blown transformation. The power levels just hit the ceiling. These enhanced freaks launch a counterattack that actually shatters Woohyun's defense.
For the first time in forever, our main character is actually being pushed onto the back foot.
The viewers are watching in horror as these guys shrug off damage that would have killed a normal hunter twice. One tiny pill just turned a group of mid-tier goons into absolute monsters that defy all game logic. It gets weirder. The caster notices the enemies have stopped feeling pain or fear. They are moving with mechanical, emotionless precision. It is not just a buff, it is like someone else is playing their characters for them.
Woohyun blocks another heavy hit and realizes the terrifying truth.
The drug didn't just give them a boost, it enslaved them. These aren't even people anymore. They are just puppets being controlled by something far more sinister. The purple glow in their eyes is the ultimate red flag. Woohyun is struggling to keep up with the overwhelming, artificial strength. This isn't a simple skirmish anymore. It is a fight for survival against a literal human-monster hybrid.
The teamwork of these hunting dogs is now perfect, almost hive mind levels of scary.
Woohyun realizes he can't just power through this with basic moves. The Enterprise really went and changed the rules of the game on him. As the battle rages in the park, the chat is blowing up with fear. If one pill can do this to a low-level agent, what happens when the real bosses start using it? The scale of this conspiracy is getting way too big for comfort. Every parry feels like hitting a brick wall.
Woohyun is forced to acknowledge that his solo mission just turned into a nightmare scenario.
These emotionless puppets are relentless, and they aren't going to stop until they drag him back. The leader is just watching from the sidelines with that creepy grin, knowing his experiments are working perfectly.
The drug has bridged the gap, and now our hero has to find a way to break a system that is rigged against him.
The tension is through the roof as the broadcast continues. Can Woo-hyun find a weakness in these controlled husks, or is test subject 48 finally going back to the lab? One thing is for sure, the Enterprise is not playing around anymore. With every strike, the realization sinks in.
The other world he knew is gone.
This new timeline is full of purple-skinned freaks and biological weapons. Our boy better have an ace up his sleeve, or this solo run is over. The final shot shows the agents surrounding him once again, their bodies surging with that cursed energy. They are no longer human, just tools of the Enterprise.
The real war has just begun, and it is looking absolutely brutal.
You think you are a big bad hunting dog until the real predator shows up and treats you like a chew toy.
These guys are tweaking out harder than a gamer on a 48-hour energy drink bender, and Woo-hyun is not impressed by their glow-in-the-dark eyes or their desperate vibe. Our boy realizes these corporate pets are basically mindless invaders with elemental powers thanks to a nasty drug called TL-01.
They have completely lost their sanity, and honestly, judging by that pathetic flamethrower attempt, they never had much to begin with.
Imagine bringing fire to a sword fight against a guy who literally eats danger for breakfast. Woo-hyun just pierces right through the flames like they are a cheap stage effect, making the chat go absolutely wild over his insane speed. The hunting dogs try to corner him with lightning and waves, but it is like watching toddlers try to trip a pro athlete.
He unleashes a wave cannon that basically resets their life subscriptions to expired, clearing the field in one glorious, high-definition sweep.
After the dust settles, Woo-hyun stands over the defeated squad like a disappointed teacher.
He grabs one of the survivors, but the dude looks like he is about to glitch out of existence, proving that being a corporate simp is bad for your health.
He inspects the TL-01 drug and realizes this stuff is totally different from his memories of the other side.
The plot is officially thickening, and our protagonist is left with more questions than answers while standing in a literal graveyard of failed experiments.
Finally, the Bureau support team decides to show up, panting and apologizing like they are late for a coffee date.
Naeon and the casters are already roasting them for the cliché timing because, of course, the cavalry only arrives after the hero has already done all the heavy lifting.
It turns out the delay was not just laziness. They had a spy named Agent Jung feeding them fake coordinates before he rage quit his job.
It is official. The corporations have infiltrated the Bureau, and the whole system is looking like a massive red flag.
Woo-hyun rejects their compensation because he has bigger fish to fry, specifically a mysterious developer known as Anonymous Viewer 62.
He realizes the game mechanics are literally rewriting themselves based on his choices, which is basically the ultimate cheat code.
Instead of playing nice with the Bureau, he decides to take the fight directly to the source.
He opens his system menu to switch his build, leaving the commentators scratching their heads because they only know him as a melee-only monster.
He selects a preset titled Destruction, which is the same build he used back when he was the most feared superhuman in the other world. The chat is losing it as he summons these dark, edgy flames that scream I am about to ruin someone his entire career. Naeon figures out he is targeting Jumshin Electronics, the shady corp behind the drug lab. By changing his combat style, he is making sure no one can link this upcoming massacre back to his official Bureau identity. Talk about a pro-gamer move. To complete the disguise, he swaps his hair to silver and puts on a test subject outfit that looks straight out of a horror movie. With his ability power boosted and cooldowns reduced, he is ready to turn this corporate headquarters into a funeral home. Woo-hyun does not believe in stealth. He crashes through the front entrance like a wrecking ball, shattering glass and sending the lobby staff into a total panic. He is going all out from the start, and the vibes are absolutely immaculate.
Suddenly, the phase shift system activates, isolating him in a private instance so other players cannot interfere. This corporate raid just became exclusive solo content, and the viewers are questioning if Jumshin Electronics even has a chance against this glitch in the system.
Security guards rush him with guns, but Woo-hyun just uses telekinesis to freeze them in midair like they are statues. He handles the most difficult ranged build in the game with casual mastery, heading straight for the secret underground facility he remembers from his past life. He gets intercepted by a security squad led by one Jonchul, a guy who clearly does not know he is dealing with a vengeful ghost. Voices of the dead are literally screaming and Woo-hyun is head for blood, and honestly, I do not blame them given how punchable Jonchul's face is. Chaos erupts as Woo-hyun decides that gravity is his best weapon, instantly collapsing the ceiling to crush the first wave of attackers. The guards are terrified as the entire building starts turning against them, proving that our boy is the ultimate environmental hazard.
Zhangchul is watching his men get flattened and finally realizes they are way out of their league.
There is a very specific reason Baek Woohyun was called the destruction in the other world, and these corporate simps are about to learn that lesson the hard way. He unleashes shadow spears and telekinetic force that defies all logic, obliterating everything in his path.
It does not matter what build he uses, the result is always the same: total, unadulterated annihilation of anyone foolish enough to stand in his way.
As the screen fills with smoke and the bodies of his enemies, Woohyun stands as the lone survivor of his own storm. The corporate raid is just getting started, and if this was just the warm-up, Jumshin Electronics might want to start looking for a new headquarters in the afterlife. Look at this absolute clown.
The security captain, who was just ordering his goons to slaughter our boy, is now face down in the dirt begging for mercy.
Tears, snot, the whole pathetic package.
It is honestly embarrassing to watch. Woohyun is not buying any of it.
He remembers this trash from the previous timeline. Back then, this guy was a total psycho who laughed while butchering comrades, but the second the tables turned, he became a professional Olympic-level beggar.
Talk about a disgusting red flag. Our MC has zero patience for hypocrites, so he decides it is time for a little telekinetic housekeeping.
With a cold glare, he starts applying pressure, and let us just say the captain is about to become a very messy floor decoration.
The execution is so brutal that even the viewers on the stream are losing their minds.
Woohyun is not just killing him, he is deleting him from existence with godlike precision. This is not how telekinesis is supposed to work in a balanced game. But who cares about balance? The gore is getting so out of hand that Nayeon and the caster have to panic censor the screen. The chat is exploding with people asking if this is even legal. The moderators are sweating bullets while the fans are arguing if our MC is a god or just using the ultimate cheat codes. While the stream is busy handling the technical difficulties, Woohyun moves on to the real prize. He raids the facility's database like a pro, securing a list of every corporate snake sponsoring the hunting dogs.
He is not just here to kill. He is here to burn the whole system down.
He uncovers the classified files for a drug called TL-01.
In his past life, this was just a simple performance enhancer, but here?
It is turning people into dimension invaders. Someone has been messing with the timeline settings, and the plot just thickened like a bad stew. This discrepancy is a massive deal. It means the world Woohyun knew is changing under his feet.
He realizes that the variables have been altered, and he needs to find out who is pulling the strings before the invaders become an unstoppable problem.
Of course, the facility does not just let him walk away. Reinforcements show up in the form of Edenals, those giant clunky death machines. But Woohyun does not even break a sweat.
He just stands there looking cool while his mind does all the heavy lifting.
He starts dismantling the robots with surgical precision.
He is not just crushing them, he is reaching inside and ripping out their vital components with his telekinesis.
It is absolute peak performance, and honestly, his power level is getting a bit ridiculous. The bots are basically scrap metal in seconds. The viewers are literally asking if telekinesis was always this broken.
Spoiler alert, it is only broken because our MC has zero system modifiers, giving him infinite control over every atom in the room. Suddenly, a system notification pops up, congratulating him on completing an official mission for attacking the corporation.
Woohyun freezes.
He did not accept any quest. He just went on a rampage.
This means the game is literally making up the story as he goes.
This confirms the existence of a fully adaptive story system.
Our boy realizes he is no longer just a player following a script. He is the one holding the pen.
He can steer this entire world in whatever direction he wants, and that is a scary amount of power. Meanwhile, over in the USA, the development team is having a collective heart attack.
They find out this adaptive system was secretly snuck in during a pet update.
The logs show traces of Deus, the game's legendary super AI that was supposed to be asleep. It turns out Deus is very much awake and playing God. The devs also flag a suspicious high roller named DUS, who keeps dumping massive donations on Woohyun. It looks like the AI itself is sponsoring our MC, which is basically the ultimate developer nightmare. Back in the real world, a few days later, Nayeon is over the moon.
The stream is going viral globally, and she even got a collab offer from Chloe Martinez, a million sub influencer.
They are moving into the big leagues, but Woohyun looks like he has not slept in a week. He is totally obsessed with Anonymous Viewer 62.
Right on cue, a 5 million won donation drops with a message congratulating him on the secret mission.
Woohyun is ready to dive back into the lore, but Nayeon wants to pivot to PvP content to keep the hype alive.
Woohyun snaps at her, insisting they cannot waste time on PvP when there are secrets to uncover.
Nayeon is visibly shaken by his intensity.
She realizes he is not acting anymore. He has become a machine-like psycho who is way too immersed in this game. She calls him out on it, asking if this is even just a game to him anymore. Her concern finally pierces through his obsession.
Woohyun realizes he is losing his cool and scaring the only person on his side.
He has to reel it in before he goes full villain mode.
He forces a calm expression and apologizes, agreeing to her PvP plan to keep her happy.
They announce the next stream topic, breaking records in showdown mode with a build chosen by the viewers.
It is a win for the fans, but Woohyun is still hunting for the truth.